approach focusing on any possible violations of NCAA rules, including other reported incidents of the men's basketball and football programs. Stop being fair and balanced. It's the final days of the Ford Summer Sales Event. The last chance to find an incredible deal on the cars, trucks, and SUVs that make summer go right. Simply stop by a local Ford dealer or shop online at buyfordnow.com, because the time to get behind the wheel of a new Ford during the Ford Summer Sales Event ends soon, and so do these amazing offers. The Ford Summer Sales Event is in its final days. That means it's the last chance to make summer go right with Ford, America's best-selling brand. Stop by your local Ford dealer and find great offers on many Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs. With leading driver assist technology, it's easy to see why Ford is the brand more drivers buy and buy again. Look for yourself. But hurry, the Ford Summer Sales.
Good morning, everybody.
To find out more, head to buyfordnow.com or stop by your local Ford dealer. Best-selling claim based on 2017 calendar year sales.
I'm Devin. I deliver sandwiches for Jimmy John's.
Freaktown! Population Devin.
We'll deliver one sandwich,
Minimum freaks.
or hundreds of sandwiches.
Infinity freaks.
However many you want.
You're mayor of Freaktown, Devin. Freaky fresh, freaky fast. Jimmy John's. Freak yeah.
I'm Tammy. I get to Jimmy John's early every day
Freak-a-doodle-doo.
to bake bread fresh,
Freak-a-doodle-doo.
and we keep on baking throughout the day, so it's always fresh for our customers. That's all.
Doodle-doo, freak-a-doo. Freaky fresh, freaky fast. Jimmy John's. Freak yeah.
Bonnie!
Hola.
Hey, we are up, just to let you know.
Thank you for letting me know that. Is there a USB thing I can plug my phone into or no? There isn't.
USB.
I didn't know
You don't got a little plug-in that
No, I
fits
don't
with
have a
that
plug-in.
baby.
I didn't know, because you don't really have,
This isn't like the real modern, sorry.
That's okay, I should be okay. I've got like...
But it's a good thing to throw in my backpack of stuff. Are you busy?
I am. Things kind of exploded recently.
Oh.
So Tom, if I don't make it all the way, I'm sorry. I gotta leave at 12:30 to get ready for a hearing, but
Okay.
I'm just not feeling very well, Tom.
And Tom, we're up.
We'll just see how it goes.
All right, no, whatever you can do, whatever you want to do, we're open.
Okay.
How's Ross looking? We're not going to notice anything for a year. He'll notice a little something in 6 months, but it's really
You got the ball cap on, so.
takes a year. Now, did you get him started already?
Now I'm going to let it watch for a little bit, and
Oh,
we're going
good.
to go back down.
We're up.
I'm out of here this morning.
Yeah, I know. Where are you going this time, boss?
Guess why?
Gee, I don't know. I couldn't guess in a million years. So, I thought you were going to wait a little bit.
No, we're going to go twice. But that's really the only time. It's just in the beginning.
Sure.
Just because we've never been there, not even once.
What are you going there for vacation?
Griffin is
His boy.
her
Boy.
well, yeah, mine's
Their boy.
Yeah, he's in college.
Oh, nice.
Martino. He couldn't get into.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling down.
Hey, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the only show, what do I say, of its kind anywhere in the universe, the longest running show on radio with the same host currently on the air. I don't care what you say. We get emails all the time. I don't even care.
Grand Ole Opry, buddy.
That's not. It doesn't have the same host. Currently on the air. Well, come on. Hey, who cares? I know this. We recover more money than anyone in cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds, and services. And the only one really that does it, so it's kind of unfair. Hey, instead of bragging, enough about me, more about me. Let's talk about really what we can do for you. 303-713-TALK is the number. Today, Bonnie Shields is with us from the referral list at referralist.com. She is a divorce attorney, a family law attorney, and a mediator. So mediation is a big deal nowadays. In fact, anyone who doesn't mediate is crazy. They're nuts. Why? You know, I'm sorry, Bonnie, I don't mean to detract from the business of lawyering, but I think people should mediate first. When does mediation not work, Bonnie? And then we're going to get, by the way, we'll get right to you guys, all of you. When does mediation not work? Oh, hold on. We got...
Sorry. Usually, Tom, if it's going to fail, it's usually because both sides are digging their heels in, or sometimes when there's been domestic violence and parties are really on unequal playing fields. But I'll tell you, I've had cases where I thought there's no way on earth they're settling. I had one earlier this week, and I knew it was just going to be a waste of time, and we completely settled the case.
Well, that's wonderful.
Yeah. Okay,
now, of course, in mediation, the mediator doesn't represent anyone, and you don't have to have an attorney there. You can have an attorney who runs things by. Sometimes it's in the same room, sometimes it's in separate rooms. What do you do, same or separate, or it's up to them?
It depends on what they're comfortable with.
Yeah.
If you're in the same room, you can sure get a lot further, but sometimes people are really uncomfortable with that. So
what happens if someone wants to exit arbitration or mediation and then decides, I don't want to go through with it? Can you represent the other one at that point, or you're done?
I don't
no,
think
you're
so.
done.
Yeah. Once you're involved,
once you take that role, you can't switch roles.
303-713-TALK. We got a lot happening here this hour brought to you by Ideal Home Loans. For your next Ideal Home Loan, 303-867-7000. If you're looking for a loan to refi or to buy, Ideal. Why? They have an interest rate guarantee, which means if interest rates go down over the next 2 years, they refinance you free of all lender fees. That's idealhomeloans.com. They put all their guarantees in writing. They have a pre-approval that'll get you closed immediately with title work, and it's an approval. The money is approved. You just have to have a house that appraises for, the loan amount. Up to the loan amount, or less, of course. Okay, 303-867-7000, idealhomeloans.com. We don't have a one-topic show, but I just want you to know she's here, Bonnie, for family law questions. Let's talk, John. John, what's going on in your life, John?
Hi, Tom. How are you?
I'm doing good. What's happening with you?
Oh, nothing. I just wanted to give some referral list kudos to Matt from Paragon Services. I always listen to you.
How much did he get you? How much? 10 grand. How much was your initial claim?
It was $46,000.
Matt grabbed him another 10 grand. There's nothing better than a good public adjuster. Money in your pocket, baby.
I don't know why more people don't understand the role of a public adjuster. They know what an adjuster is. They know what an insurance adjuster is. Then you say public adjuster, and they think, well, is that someone the insurance company hires because they're running short of regular adjusters? A public adjuster is someone you hire for yourself to represent you against the insurance company, and they'll find you more money. We'll be having a lot more on this topic coming up.
Once the insurance company accepts liability, they open themselves up to exactly that. And a lot of times contractors miss what's in that contract.
Most of the time they do. And adjusters for the insurance company, I'm going to say something right now, will never, ever adjust the claim accurately the first time, ever. That is not their job. Their job is to save money for the insurance company. And when they say, oh, no, I'm an adjuster, I have a question. Do you ever adjust it up? No. Adjustments are always downward. 303-713-8255. Thanks, John, for letting us know about Paragon Services, public adjusters on our referral list. All right, Kenneth, what's going on with you? Kenneth, what's happening?
Good morning, Tom. Thank you for taking my call.
What is going on with your business partner?
My business partner basically ripped me off from my company, my patents, my technology.
Did we talk ever once before?
Yes.
I thought at first, wow, this is a multi-billion-dollar case. And then I thought, after going over it, I had my attorneys go over it. This has to have been 3 years ago, 4 years ago. When I went through it with our attorney, Mark, I talked to you about this years ago.
What is it? Say it again, sir.
This guy had some technology, and it was worth a lot of money. He invented a lot of stuff, and then with his company was really screwed out of it, outmaneuvered legally. Our attorney looked at it and said, look, this guy's got a lot of problems. First of all, he signed away a lot of his rights. Second of all, they legally outmaneuvered him. And third, he had a statute of limitation problem. Now, what I want to say is this, Kenneth. I cannot possibly explain this in the detail you want, obviously, in a phone call, and I can't possibly go through all this. So here's what I want to do. And you have to be so basic that everyone will understand. So I want to start now with this. You had some technology, is that correct?
Yes, I developed the first text messaging service that would receive a hyperlink that you could go...
Now, by the way, it's right. Kenneth is right. And I've researched this. Kenneth is a genius, and he truly did this, Mark. He developed text messaging with hyperlinks. Now, I know people say, no, he didn't. Yeah, he did. But were you alone when you developed this? Now, was it just you in your laboratory? You know what I mean. Or were you with a business at the time?
I did it myself at the time, and then I created the business around it.
Now, when you created the business, what was the initial name of that business?
Access U2 Solutions.
Access. Can we just call it Access for short? Now, what happened after Access? I just want to do a quick chronology, very quick. Yeah. With Access,
very quickly,
Access was you and anyone else?
A couple of people on,
partners
that would help me, partners.
Now, did they put in money?
Well, one put in like 14 grand, and the others all put in time and effort.
Okay. Then what happened after Access?
Well, as we got the system working and up and running.
Gotcha.
The patent application went in.
And did you get a patent?
I eventually got the patent in 2010.
Then what?
And then we brought an investor on named Edson Hutchison.
Okay, what's his first name?
Edson.
E-D-S-O-N. Okay, Ed was an investor. How much did he invest?
Well, he was meant to invest 1.5, but then when he got to the table, he said, well, I'm not going to put it all in one go, so I'm cutting back and only investing 400,000 for X amount of percentage.
Okay, and how much percentage?
Well, he then created a second company in his own, name from using the same address.
Now, what second company did he form?
He called it Access U2 RE.
So Access number 2, I'm going to call it. So when he created Access number 2, were you part of it?
No.
And did he take the patent?
Yeah, so then what he done was he took me to court saying that I created another company, which I did under the operating agreement.
What did you create?
I created a second company called Mobile Boomerang.
Hold on, you created Boom, he created Access 2. I want to know why you created Boom.
It was going out as a trade name, so
okay.
You had two companies.
But did you include the original owners in Boom?
Yes. Well, that was a mistake I done. When I formed the company, I didn't put it. I just put my name as Kenneth Allen instead of putting Kenneth Allen, manager of Access U2.
No, here's what I'm asking. You guys, at some point, he went off and formed another company, and you formed another company. The company that you formed, did you form that company with just yourself, or did you include the others?
No, that's where I made that mistake.
Okay. And that company, did it own the patent?
No.
Who owned the patent? The original company?
The original company.
Okay. Now, hold on. I promise you, people, I'll get right through this. And Kenneth, if you really want to get a hearing, and I think you should here,
I'm going to have to take some calls in between and just simply recap. Mark,
Yeah, you're just in the weeds a little, that's all.
Okay, is it boring, though? Because here, I want people, here's what I like to do, Mark. I try to make calls relevant to people who are, you know, we all dream about inventing. We all dream about patents. We all dream about having technology. Kenneth is truly a genius. The man should have been up there with Steve Jobs and the rest of them, and he got screwed. Okay, but I don't know if he can do anything about it. We'll recap that quickly, and then I want to talk about Geraldine's case, and I want to talk about Laura. Laura, you hang on. You contacted us. We contacted you back.
We've got that guy that sold that car on the line.
So you hold on. We're going to get to all of you. Promise you that, okay? Just hang on. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Centeno Schultz. That is the place we recommend for living stem cell therapy. Now, they're not the only ones doing living stem cell therapy, but here's how you know. Here's a really quick explainer, how you know if it's real or not. If a clinic is shipping in fluids of any kind or stem cells, they're not living stem cells. Under current law, they can't do that. It's not living, period. It's not. So all the chiropractors' offices, all the clinics, whether they advertise here or anywhere else, if the living stem cells are not extracted from you and redelivered, you're not getting true stem cell therapy. They have some seminars coming up, Centeno Schultz, with no obligation, September 13th and the 27th. Those are Thursday evenings starting at 6. Please find out more about it. They also have an office here in the Denver Tech Center area, as well as Broomfield. Centeno Schultz for arthritis, pain of any kind, and stem cell therapy, 303-963-9201. They're doctors, not chiropractors. They have true MDs and registered nurses, nurse practitioners, 303-963-9201.
Justin is on the line. You see it? Okay. He sold the car. Gotcha. He didn't own the car.
Right, I remember this.
Okay, so Kyle, Clint called up and basically was going to go out and have him sign a power of attorney.
Kyle or Kevin?
Kyle. So Kyle is the only one that can do it. He was only going to sign the power of attorney if, and this is the stipulation she put on him, you call the Tom Martino show and tell him that you lied and slandered our names for no reason. 2, your son can't get a title in his name without a signed one. So this guy never even signed one. I'm starting to believe that.
Didn't want to sell.
I don't know. 3, it is between me and your son, only you not to be involved at all. 4, you lose our numbers and never contact us again. 5, then I will think about meeting to sign it.
You're going to go over all that. Let me recap and then we'll do it.
So you just want that?
Now, the one on the guy on the phone, I have him on recording acknowledging that he sold the tape, that he sold the car. So no matter what, they all acknowledge in some way or another the car was sold.
This is the one, I don't need the blue stuff, right? Just this one?
The magic lights, and they get away from what
Yeah, that's perfect.
made
I mean, this guy's a real dirtbag, man.
Well, Kyle's a dirtbag.
Justin sold it. All this comes down to this fucking asshole that didn't do it.
No, right, but Kyle's one that's, these are these threats. This is Kyle doing the threats.
Are you going to, what's the first play? Yes. Are you going on Friday or Saturday? I forget your tickets.
Mine are Thursday.
Oh, Thursdays. Okay, we got Saturday. That's why your seats are so damn beautiful.
Oh, yeah, I started out on Wednesday night. It was usually understudy, so I changed to Thursdays.
We're Saturdays, but our seats are nowhere near as good as you. But you told me to ask for new ones each year.
And give them a reason why. I mean, really, I do have kind of sucky vision, so every year I tell them I've got vision issues.
Yours are awesome.
And, oh yeah, 4th row on my aisle.
Oh, yours are absolutely awesome. I never laughed so hard. The end of that Book of Mormon, when they're trying to, when they're explaining what they learned about your religion, it was great. I literally was crying. I was laughing so hard. And most of the audience was just, it was a fat show. God, it was the funniest play I've ever seen, by by far.
Oh, there's nothing like, those guys are geniuses.
That one
They really
sounds
are.
really good too, though.
Drugs
Coming
addiction?
up.
drugs, hard illegal drugs, or if it's a
It
mental
will, well,
health issue,
here's what the
anxiety,
person you're on, I already
depression,
put
or
Suzanne.
trauma
It's a
related to
tearjerker
substance
and it's
abuse,
also funny.
please
Oh.
know you're
It's
not
like-
alone. There's help.
and it's
Call the
really
Raleigh House
relevant.
today.
It's entertaining. I love it.
A special
It
number
is
to
entertaining,
address
it's
your
really relevant. It was the best new play last year,
720-893-5555.
2017.
I want to sell. The only ones that I think I'll sell is a Disney one because I have
The Raleigh House is a premier addiction
Suzanne does.
recovery
Yeah,
program
just
located
find
here in
friends that
Colorado.
will kids.
You'll speak to someone
I bet
there
I can
about
get.
different treatments.
Well, I might give them away. I'll probably sell them.
Treatments designed to
I bet you could
reduce
sell a few
substance
each year
abuse. No more
and pay for the whole
excuses, no
year.
more denials. Get the help you need.
If,
Some
well,
health
especially
insurance
like if
covers
you'd had this
costs.
last year,
Call
you would
today
have
for
been
a
going
free,
to
no obligation
Hamilton.
consultation.
Hamilton, you probably could have sold those at 400 apiece, don't you think? Your seats?
Yeah, probably a lot more than that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You could have paid for almost a year on it.
Because I ended up buying scalp tickets for another night. But I
Oh, and selling yours?
No, I wanted to see it. Well,
Oh, you saw it twice.
actually, Hamilton, yeah, I tried to go see it twice this year.
I'm Tammy.
Why do you think?
Yes, I did see it twice.
Why do you think it's not back this year?
Hamilton?
Yeah.
Oh, just because they're busy touring all around the world. They have several shows going.
I got you.
So it'll be back probably, I would imagine maybe the season
Everybody
after
says
that.
it's so good. I'm looking forward to Tommy too. Oh man, I might have missed it. That was last year. No, is it this year? Yeah, Tommy, I'm positive of it. Hold on.
That's when you need the Pollard Miller Law Firm on your side. Experienced
I didn't even
divorce
hear that
attorneys
coming
like
in the
Dennis
next one.
Gonzalez will fight for your rights and
I'm almost
protect your
sure
assets.
we have tickets
Call
to
the
Tommy.
Pollard Miller Law Firm for divorce attorneys
Yeah, right
who are
here.
experienced, aggressive, and ready to fight
see
for
when it
you.
is.
Call 1-800-808-0001
Yeah, the deaf, dumb, and blind kid.
Shirt plays a main pinball.
Yeah, yeah, I know
The Who's
I know
Tommy.
the show, but,
Oh,
oh, but it's not the play time.
Oh, what would it be then?
Dinner Center of Performing Arts.
I'm pretty sure we have tickets to Tommy. I gotta ask Suzanne.
To Tommy?
Yeah.
I don't.
I'm Tom Martino. GoCamSolar.com will get you a free analysis of your lot and how much solar it will generate over a 20-year period, because that's what they guarantee at Cam Solar, a 20-year performance guarantee that you'll produce a certain amount of electricity at a certain cost. Also, they guarantee parts and labor of all components. This is the best deal in the solar industry right now. The best. And remember, all guarantees and warranties are only as good as a company. That goes for everybody, right? So they're a pretty strong company. They have 3,000 systems in order right now. This is cool. And you own the system and their major components anyway. But anyway, I digress. If you just want to see what does your lot do, does your lot have a great solar exposure? Will it produce a lot? Just find out free. GoCamSolar.com and then put a /troubleshooter. GoCamSolar.com /troubleshooter. They'll get back to you in 20 minutes. GoCamSolar.com /troubleshooter. So let's talk this car deal. I'm going to sum it up and then we're going to go to the principles. All right. Kyle owns a car. His brother Justin sold that car to Geraldine's son. Now, they find out that they can't get their title or something. What was the first problem Geraldine had?
He didn't own the vehicle.
Well, Geraldine, your first problem was what with this car? The very first problem?
Passing emission.
All right. And then what did you come to find out? That Justin, who sold you the car, did not own it, right?
Correct.
And when you contacted Kyle, the owner, Kyle said he never gave permission to his brother to sell it, and his brother stole the car, right?
He had two different stories. His first story was that he had sold it to his brother a couple of years ago, and that his brother must have not have titled it in his name. When Kyle came up to meet with us, his story then changed to, yes, the brother had been borrowing it, had no authority to sell it.
So he took from you the title that you had, which was unsigned by him.
Yeah, it didn't matter because no one signed it.
And he took from you the bill of sale. So you have no proof because it was paid in cash. You have no proof whatsoever this even happened except you have the car.
Well, and I have a conversation now.
Right. Now we have stuff on tape, and Mark looked into this some more, and it was blown away by their response. And their response was weird. I mean,
well, the first response that I got from Justin, the seller, was pretty straightforward. Well, my brother will sign it. There's no issue here.
Yeah.
She's just upset because some mechanic that she took it to did something. So I want to throw out the emission stuff for right now and just talk about the title. He basically told me that they would get her a title, period, end of story. So Clint, Deputy Clint, calls up and tries to get a power of attorney or says, hey, I can come meet you, whatever we need to do.
Let's get it done.
And then here is what the brother sends back to him in text to her.
And I see the text right here.
And go ahead and read it. It's crazy.
Call Tom Martino Show and tell them that you lied and slandered our names for no good reason. And number 2, Mark, go ahead.
Your son can't get a title in his name without a signed one.
Right.
And then the one that really kills me, let's go to number 5. So if she does all this stuff, remember, she already paid for this car and doesn't have a title. So if she goes through all these motions, then Mr. Nice Kyle will think about.
Then I will think about meeting to sign and not court papers of any kind.
So my next step is I want to see, I don't know who's the bad guy, Justin, Kyle, or both of them.
Justin is here, so let's let Justin speak. Hey, Justin, we truly do not know what's going on. We don't know if you had authority to sell the car. We don't know if you took the car and sold it without his knowledge. We don't know anything, Justin, not for sure. Justin?
Yes, I have authority to sell the vehicle. The title was signed. And it was when it was given to him. I have it on audio and video recording that the title was signed. He acknowledges the title was signed.
Okay, then Kyle took it back.
That part I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So
he contacted me over a week later saying that he was having some issues with the car. I said, not a problem. I will take a look at it.
And by the way, Justin, let me just stop you there. As strange as this sounds, we don't care about the issues with the car because they bought that car as is. And I promise you, we're not going to get involved in that. That is a completely separate argument right now.
We just want her to get the title like you told me that she would get the title.
So,
then your brother's sending this crap off to her.
Now, all we want to know is this, Justin. If that title was signed, does your brother have that title and will he give it back?
I don't know. I don't talk to my brother. I don't know if he has the title. If he does, I can get it back from him, and I can make sure to get it to her.
Okay. So what's the hang-up?
I don't know.
Your brother actually says in this text that he can't do anything without it signed. Your brother is telling her in this text, ha, 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 I haven't signed it, there's nothing they can do.
Well, I don't know if he's saying he hasn't signed it. He's saying he has it, basically. I mean, in other words, I don't think...
Well, it doesn't matter.
Whether it's signed or not is not important right now. What's important is where is it? Because, I mean, this whole thing is screwed up. Justin, here's the deal. What do you, if you can't deliver title and you collected money for this, it doesn't matter what the reason is. You're going to have to undo the deal.
I will make sure to get her a title to the vehicle one way or another within the next 24 hours. I don't know if Kyle took the title or what's going on with that. I have no knowledge of it.
Yeah. She said, now, Geraldine, we're going by your word. Justin doesn't know one way or the other. You're telling us that Kyle's wife grabbed the title.
Correct.
Okay.
Why were you even meeting with them on the title, though?
To try to get it worked out, to try to get the emissions thing worked out. So, and that's not...
So they didn't need to have it signed.
It's really not that important, except that didn't Kyle and his wife...
If I had to guess, Tom, here's what I'm thinking. He signed it like he was going to give it to his brother.
Right.
The brother never registered it.
Right.
Now you've got 2 years sitting there, so when they go to register it, they want to back pay for 2 years. They skip title on it. So that's where I think this whole thing goes to. But I don't know yet.
Oh, that could be. Well, in any case, Justin has, Justin, whether you meant this to happen or not, we have to give him a chance at least to get the title, Geraldine. At least give him, he says 24 hours. He needs to call his brother and work this out.
If he's going to have it in 24 hours, it's settled.
Yeah, so here's the thing. We have to wait and see.
Well, let's tell Clint to call the detective and just cancel everything for now.
Right, but if this title is not delivered, we have not just a crime, we have fraud, civil fraud plus a crime. I mean, the thing is just out of control. And Geraldine, your son is the one who really we should be talking to.
Did he just say 24 hours?
Yes. But, you know, I'm not so hell-bent on the 24 hours as I am just doing it. I mean, if it takes 28 hours or the next day, I mean, we got to get this done one way or the other, or he's in trouble. 303-713-8255, and Laura has a problem with, was it a roofer? Or Laura, who was this problem that you had with, Laura?
It was with iRoof in Louisville.
iRoof, and what is the problem?
The problem is that we had a hailstorm on June 18th, actually, and I thought I was doing the right thing by calling, 3 different roofers to come by.
Okay.
And the one that I really wanted to use, which I ended up using, was not able to come by. They were just backlogged. So I thought, well, I'll start with these other 2. And iRoof was the first one to come by.
All right, so what went wrong, though? That part doesn't matter. What matters is what went wrong with iRoof.
So what they did was they went up on my roof. They said, oh, you have a lot of damage. You need tarping, emergency tarping. And so he brought in a contingency agreement. I said, hey, I'm not ready to sign this. I'm not sure if I'm going to use you. And so he says, oh, no, just write on there emergency prep work. Okay, I did. And how much does it cost? Oh, I've never seen it more than $200, $250, and that's for a big house. I said, okay, so it's probably going to be much less.
But what did it say, what you signed? What did that say? It doesn't matter what does that actually say? That it said emergency prep work, $250?
There was no price on there.
Did it say emergency prep work?
Yes, it says.
Did it say anything else about the roof?
No.
Nothing else. It just says, you signed something that just says emergency prep work.
Yes.
3 words. Okay. She signed something that's had 3 words on it, emergency prep work. Okay. Let's see where that brings us. 303-713-8255. We have John Fuller, Fuller Law, standing by for any of your calls if you're injured. He is a motor vehicle traffic accident expert. That's really what it boils down to. As a personal injury attorney, he knows the tricks of the trade. And what I mean is trying to figure out where to collect for you. If you're injured and it's someone else's fault and there's insurance involved, he'll find it. If there's no insurance involved and maybe there's someone else's insurance, he'll try to find that too. John Fuller basically evaluates your case, then helps you collect on it, because that's the only thing that matters. And he'll be truthful with you when it comes to the merits of your case. If you're injured in a motor vehicle accident of any kind, whether a pedestrian, a driver, motorcycler, or big rig, you need John Fuller. Don't sit on your rights. Make sure they're protected. 303-597-4500. 303-597-4500. John Fuller, Fuller Law.
This is Denver's Talk Station 630 K-House.
Do you have that 3-word contract you signed? Emergency.
Listen, these pricks were on the referral list for about 3 months a while back, and they still have all the fucking logos and everything. I'm trying to get Dan to get them on. I'm so fucking over that shit.
We have to start collecting money for that.
And we're going to have to make a deal with an attorney, because I could sit around all day long and do nothing but that. It's unbelievable, man.
With artistic edges, backdrops,
no, but we really need some more.
And this one, they're actually going, so not only did they use Tom Martino, they're using literally our new registered logo, the new one, referrallist.com.
Well, you know what? The copyright carries statutory damages, Mark.
Right now, he's going to throw in the bath.
They carry statutory damages.
Not only that, they signed $1,000 a day, I guarantee it, because I did the contract.
It doesn't say. This is not a 3-word agreement.
Let me look and see if there's anything else.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's not this.
It's a 3-word
Are you having a barbecue or going to one? If
How
you're
do people
gluten-free or
exaggerate
gluten-free
so
friends,
much?
don't limit yourself to just eating the burger or the dog without the bun. Let gluten-free things put the fun back in the bun without the worry of gluten. Freshly baked breads, buns, and more. Gluten-free things, bakery in Arvada and on online at glutenfreethings.com.
I always feel better after I leave Downtown's Healthcare. In one stop, I get medical, chiropractic, rehab, massage, stem cell injections, natural hormone optimization, and cutting-edge treatments using the body's own cells to regenerate tissue. Look and feel amazing. Check out downtownshealthcare.com.
Hello, I'm Tom Martino. Now, you've heard me talk a lot about stem cell therapy. I've done extensive
They have them right back to back. They had downtown
clinic right here in Colorado. They're internationally recognized for their work with stem cells. They're all MDs, working with true living stem cells harvested from your own fat or bone marrow, then strategically delivered with guided injections. Only MDs deliver the injections. More experience.
I don't want to overwhelm you with paperwork, so I have screenshots between her and the roofer. I have an invoice between her and the roofer.
I said, this is not a 3-word agreement. The woman said she signed a fucking 3-word agreement.
Okay, I just want to be sure I gave you the right thing, or what?
There is no right thing, because there is no 3-word agreement.
Okay.
I mean, I can't help what she said.
Yeah. Centennial Schultz.
Let me see that.
303-963-9201. 303-963-9201. And on my referral list at referralist.com.
Rex Real Estate wants you to feel safe with your home purchase. This is why all homes purchased with Rex come with a 30-day buyback guarantee.
Hey, did we get tickets to Tommy, or was that this year?
May 18, I don't think.
We figured it out.
Yeah,
Okay. I wanted to see
it. Was not part of the season package. It was, it had to be.
Oh, it's an add-on.
Yeah, it must have been an add-on.
So like a local maybe or something like that.
But some of the add-ons, they're national tours. There's lots of them.
This is like the worst agreement you could ever sign in a million years. The worst agreement. You know, she's saying that whatever they find out, she agrees to use them, basically, for whatever the insurance says plus deductible. It is the worst thing you could ever do to a homeowner. This company sucks.
Is your credit score preventing you from buying a home? Maybe it's stopping you.
Did
from
she find him on the
refinancing for a better
referral
rate. Hey guys, it's Ross.
I don't know the answer to that. I recognized it and looked up.
So if you've been denied a loan based on credit score alone, well, you call
And they're
your
not
wrong
there.
lender.
Good.
No one answered?
They offer
2 numbers.
custom loan programs, down payment assistance.
What number was it? The
in-house
551?
That one just goes and plays music.
During the mortgage process. Now they look at a variety of
How much
factors,
are they trying to
like
get from her right now?
work history,
$750,
and whether
I think.
you pay your
Putting
loan.
tarp on the roof?
It's like this big.
Is that all
Does she
they
have a
want?
picture of
They're
it?
not holding her to the contract, the other contract?
No, I don't think of it.
Do they have a picture of it?
Emergency parts.
On your
Her insurance will pay it, the emergency work.
Yeah.
10-minute call to the salary-based mortgage.
Yeah, why is it an issue if the insurance is paying it? That's interesting. They must not be paying it. Or they paid her and she's going, I don't want to pay them $750 for a foot tarp.
Or little. It
There
really
was no
wasn't
price,
tarp.
it doesn't matter.
He said it was a piece of tar paper.
I don't think this agreement's valid, though. Do you?
There's no cost on it.
Well, hold on.
There's not a
Hold
cost.
on.
There's not a
No,
description.
Don't say it's not valid.
Well,
We don't-
you know what I mean.
No, what I mean is that the state says you have to have this, 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 and this, but until she actually, they try to collect from her, and then she uses that. What?
They are trying to collect.
But only the $750. They're not trying to invoke a roofing contract. They're trying to get paid for what they did.
Good point.
Did you say anything about the emergency patch on there? What they're gonna?
No, it doesn't, but...
They don't have an agreement for
Well,
it.
actually, no, it says needs emergency.
Needs.
Okay, I'm Tom Martino.
By the way, 303-713-TALK. If you need kitchen countertops, you'll never do better than Art of Granite. Artofgranite.net. Artofgranite.net. I'm serious. You will never do better, and you can get a price on the phone. He doesn't mark up the materials at all. He only has a small markup on the cabinets, but everything else, he's a direct stone importer. You get wholesale. He doesn't charge for tear out and haul away. He doesn't charge for the bathroom when you do the kitchen at the same time. He only charges for fabrication and installation of the kitchen. Get your price on the phone and then compare. You will love them. Of course, you need more than that. I suggest you go to the warehouse in Golden, but if price is all you care about, he'll give you a price too because he knows he's competitive. 303-386-5919. 303-386-5919. Artofgranite.net. Now, let's talk. Bonnie Shields is with us on family law. I have a few emails we'll get to in a minute, but you can call if you have any questions on child support, separation, divorce, whatever. Now, the other thing, this roofing thing, I can't believe this agreement. It's probably the worst thing you could ever do as a roofer and as a homeowner. It's the dumbest, most stupid agreement I have ever seen. Laura absolutely obligated herself to pay for emergency repairs and then go on, and whatever the insurance company says, she agreed to use that will be the contract for this company, plus she agreed to pay the deductible. She told me she signed a 3-word agreement, emergency prep work. It says nothing of the sort except that there is emergency work needed. She signed what amounts to a prelude to a contract. In other words, she signed a contract promising she was going to sign a contract, and the price would be dictated by her insurance company. If I was writing a book on what to do wrong when hiring a roofer, this would be the book. Because you never allow the insurance company to set the price. You never allow the roofer to say that. You let the roofer separately assess damages without knowing anything about the insurance claim, and you make them put everything down in writing, including measurements, and you never sign something saying you're going to use them until you get a complete agreement like that. Then you have the insurance company assess it. Then, if there is a difference, at least you know what the difference is, and you can fight for what you need. I just don't want to get into that right now. I want to go to Laura. And Laura, you could have screwed yourself worse if you tried with this agreement. So no matter what you thought you were signing, you didn't. You didn't. You signed a prelude to a contract. And now what we have to figure out is, I am hoping he can, you get out of this, because it's not technically, according to the state says contracts should have this, and this, and I don't see a right to rescind in there. According to the state, they have to give you a right to rescind. Is there one in there?
No, there's not. They're calling this a contingency agreement.
It doesn't matter, but they were supposed to give a 3-day right to rescind. Now, listen, folks, there is not a right to rescind in all cases.
Yes, there is. It's on here.
I meant, oh, it is on there. Okay, but if they don't give it,
here's where Laura's lucky. You want to know why she's lucky? I'm going to tell you why she's lucky.
Why?
You ready?
Why?
Because these jerks at iRoof are using our logo, and they're not on the freaking referral list.
Let's go after.
So we're going to come after you, and don't touch your guys, and let's try to get them on and explain.
We're going to help Laura, but Laura, let's just talk about this right now. What are they trying? Are they trying to be your roofer right now?
No, so I got a new roofer, which is excellent.
Wait, how did you get out of that? How did you get out of hiring them?
I just kind of floated away and said, you know, go ahead and bill my insurance for the scope of work. And
okay, good. So you're good. Thank goodness. Thank goodness then you did. Okay. So what then are you calling about now?
Okay, so they it was complete silence for 6 weeks, and then they start bullying me.
About what?
They were mad because I didn't use them.
Of course.
My bill was past due, and I said, well, you've never sent me an invoice.
Right.
Never, never, never. And he kept arguing with me, and you're liable and all this stuff. And I said, no, it was a contingency agreement, whatever. So I said, you guys said it was $250.
You are kind of liable. Okay. I mean, you know, you did sign something that said you were going to pay. So I can't help that there's no price on there.
Right. So basically, it was a verbal thing. And so then he comes back and
no, it really wasn't. It was a written thing.
Right. No, okay. I'm saying from the guy that was here.
Okay.
Yeah. And so even though I have a written statement from my new roofer that nothing was done.
Wait a minute. So they want to get paid. Let me get this straight. They're not enforcing the part where you're supposed to use them as a roofer. Thank God. Now, the only thing they're trying to get now are emergency repairs, but your roofer says they did nothing.
Right.
Now, Laura, don't exaggerate like you did about the 3-word agreement. You exaggerated. There wasn't a 3-word agreement. There was a 700-word agreement. Well, so now I want to know. Your roofer said they did nothing.
Yes, and they're going to give me a statement. So
then I'm hearing conflicting stories, because Deputy Dan, who looked into this, said that they did something. Dan, did they do something or nothing?
Hey, Laura, I thought you said they put like a 12 by 12 inch piece of tar paper up there.
That's what they said they did. Now, my roofer said they saw no prepping up there.
Okay.
There was no tarping.
So they didn't even do the 12 by 12.
They didn't see it. What they said on the scope of work, let me go back.
Okay,
here.
well, Laura, that doesn't matter. If your roofer will testify to that, I would ignore it and say you did nothing, so you get nothing. You get nothing. You did nothing.
Right. Well, this is the problem.
It's easy.
So now, when I asked him, I said, well, how much is it since you never sent me an invoice? He said $700.
Well, but it doesn't matter if it's $10. They did not do anything.
Right.
I mean, I wouldn't even worry about it. You have a professional saying he was up on the roof and absolutely zero was done. Zero. Right. So don't worry about it. I mean, if they put a lien on your house, I would go after them. Look, you got to fight back. Unfortunately, you have to fight back. Now, I don't mind calling these guys and saying you did absolutely nothing if you can get your roofer to tell us that, either in an email, a text, or we can call your roofer. If you can do that. But, Laura, no matter what, you don't pay for nothing.
Right.
I mean, I just don't understand how they're trying to get payment for nothing. Thank goodness they're not trying to be the roofer. Now, Kenneth, we haven't forgotten about you suing your partner, and we have a lot more coming up. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Simply Floors, Inc. saves you money. You heard me talk about Art of Granite, artofgranite.net, and how they save you money. Now, if you want to save money on floors but get all the same selection as the big boxes, like the Carpet Mill and Carpet Exchange and Home Depot and Lowe's, you want to get all the same selection but cheaper prices. You see, I couldn't say this if it wasn't true. You'll get cheaper prices, 20, 30, sometimes 40 and 50%. Simply Floors, Inc. Yeah, one little guy making all this noise at 52nd and Ward, southwest corner. But you can just go to the website and make your own appointment in-house. They'll bring all the major coverings. That's simplyfloorsinc.com.
This report is brought to you by Firestone.
Complete Auto Care. Let's start off with the good news. The left lane has reopened on the westbound side of 36 at Foothills Parkway. The right lane remains blocked due to a crash and car fire. The crews are still investigating, so watch out for delays there. Back up.
Sorry, Tom. I read it as coffee.
Don't worry about it.
I read it as coffee. I didn't
I appreciate it. I just want to
You
make
never
sure I'm not,
forget your phone.
I just want to make sure I'm not missing stuff.
But then Mark started ringing in the office so loud.
Okay, he's got my tail light, so next week sometime.
I am sick and tired of these people, man.
Yeah, we can.
Because I'm going to be, let's just.
Aren't you going out of town?
Yeah, tomorrow morning.
Oh, okay.
And I'll be back Monday night or Tuesday morning. But I'm not coming in Tuesday. I want to go.
Okay, I could do it Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah,
I'm
whatever.
in on Friday. I've got that fundraiser and went up to Grand Lake. But, did you see I made cookies for Stephanie to take to Griffin?
Cool. Hey, listen, you didn't do Salisbury yet, did you?
Yes, just did.
Oh, you did?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Because
No,
I
I
had a call
did.
for him. I was going to work his
No,
live in.
I absolutely did.
Okay, I was going to work his live in,
I was
okay?
mentally thinking of it.
I'm
Okay,
running
good.
the errands right now.
Okay.
Anybody need anything? Everybody okay? While I leave for a pimento? Not going to be long.
What? What are you complaining about? Go away.
When you said need something, just how
Broad does that go? Within my realm of being able to accomplish it. What do you need? Okay. More cookies? Because now KBCO, they call them crap. So I'll be in the elevator and they're like, "Oh, did you bring crap?" Well, when Amos Lee was here, I brought cookies for him, and they call it crap. And I told them, I said, "You guys have to stop calling it that. I'm getting a reputation."
So she didn't sign anything for the roof.
For the emergency?
Well, for the emergency, yes.
Well, no, it said for the roof. But the roof, she signed something right there saying that, hold on, you're talking about this one we're talking.
Yep.
Read it. It says that
anything they find.
Anything the insurance finds plus deductible.
Okay, but should that be written in the small order? No?
Of course it should.
Okay.
The contract is illegal according to the state. But
That's all I need.
But she signed it. In other words, what I'm trying to tell you, Dan, is the state says you have to have a certain contract. But if you don't, they can still go after you for breach of contract. Your defense would be, well, it wasn't the right contract.
Very good.
And I'm like, let's just call them cookies.
I mean, it's
and
a
that,
cluster.
because
It
we live
just
in Colorado, they might be thinking that I'm making, which is fine, but crack is a whole nother.
No, these guys weren't on when this contract was signed, by the way. They weren't.
No, it's
This was signed in June 19th.
Yeah, I'm looking for the owner or manager of iRoof. My name's Mark Major. I'm with the Tom
So yeah, my
Martino
so I sent
Troubleshooter Show.
cookies for
I hear you're affiliated.
back in college.
Sure, I'm looking for the owner or manager.
Show up at a hearing yesterday that are really bad news. They were friends with the wife on the other side. First time I have ever asked for.
Sure, you can have them call me back. Are you the answering service?
Sheriff's in there. One of them was reporting. One of the people.
I mean, do you work directly for iRoof? I mean, this is not a hard question.
Can't report in the courtroom.
Okay, have them call Mark Major with the Tom Martino Show. You guys still have your logos on your website, and I want them down, and I want them down now.
Oh, I can't stand what I do all the time. I do that. At least now I know what it is. Did they hang up on you?
I hung up on her. I'm positive it's a answering service. I mean, I can hear, and not only that, it's a shitty answering service. I'm just done with them, man. I'm done with these people. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna go. Well, I gotta train him, but I'm gonna sue him tonight. I'm gonna get the paperwork done, and I'm gonna fucking file
What are
it.
the stats?
Everyone that does it. They signed 1,000 a day. So I'll go after 7,500. So I'm just done with them. I'm done with them. I got 3 other ones I just haven't had time to do. I got to go do them. Did you know this? I can only do 6 a year, small claims. It's a fucking law. I don't know.
Okay, could we get somebody to help us do this and get part of it?
Maybe our new guy.
Nah, he can make too much money doing what he does.
Well, that's true.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. K&H Home Solutions, the company to use for siding, windows, doors. They even do gutter work. Do they do roofing too, Mark? K&H Home Solutions, I should know this.
Of course they do.
Of course. Roofing and gutters, but their hallmark are the windows. We love K&H. I've known the owner, Ted, for many, many years, like 30. And then he took over from Henry, which was the original owner. This is a 62-year-old company. Now they changed from K&H Windows to K&H Home Solutions because of their wide product. This September here, this is what they're doing. This coming September, right now, a couple days, tomorrow or the next day. Here's what they're doing. You're going to upgrade your colors, exterior or interior, for no extra charges, whether you know it or not. If you get more than white, often there are upcharges, but they're going to throw in some beautiful designer colors: antique brown, sandstone, forest green, mystic gray, vintage reds, linen, iron ore. On the outside, on the inside, Brazilian pecan, English walnut, colonial cherry, wood grains, and then the siding is 30% off. And the siding is the best siding on the market, bar none. I'm not throwing stones at Champion. It's a good company. But when it comes to siding, this siding I like. Of course, you're never going to go wrong with any great company. K&H Home Solutions, you got to check them out if you're doing any kind of facelift on your home. KHWindows.com. KHWindows.com is the website. 303-421-7100. Oh, okay. Let's talk. We have Jim, who has, wait, did I? Yeah, I did. And by the way, I haven't forgotten about Kenneth. It's complicated. We are going to get him, I promise. Jim, what's going on with you, Jim?
Yeah, Tom, thanks for taking my call.
Yes, sir.
My mother passed away about a week and a half ago.
Well, my sympathies to you. I mean, I lost a mom. I was never the same after that. Go ahead.
Man, it's rough.
It is.
But, she has about $18,000 in outstanding debt, credit card bills mainly, a few doctor bills, not that much. It's looking like me and my sister, who are the only 2 siblings, it looks like her townhouse, we could make maybe $70,000 out of that.
Okay, now, who is the personal representative?
That is me.
Okay, and let's talk to David Salisbury, attorney at law, because we're running out of time. I want you to get some good advice. David, when you have an estate that has $70K in value, let's say, with equity, 70 or 80, it doesn't matter. When you have equity, and then you have outstanding debts, what do you have to do as a personal representative?
Well, the first, you have to make sure, legally you're required to pay all the debts before you distribute any assets to anybody.
What if you don't know about them?
What, the debts?
Yeah.
Well, when he opens the probate, if he has, or when he does, one of the documents he has to publish in the newspaper is what's called a notice to creditors. That is published, that gives the world the notice that someone has died, and if you have debts, you need to bring them forward. Now, he's aware of these debts, so it's going to be difficult for him to avoid them, but he needs to make sure they are paid. And if that means the only asset available is to sell the house to pay them, he should do that. Now, is there any other thing about? Wasn't there a question about contacting the creditors?
Yeah. What is your question? Do you have a specific one, Jim?
Yeah. Well, she wants. I mean, I want to contact the creditor, see if I can negotiate with them to get some of the debt down to pay it off. She doesn't want me to contact them. She feels like, hey, you know what? We're going to publish it. We're going to do that legal way. If they come forward, let them come forward. If they don't, they don't.
That's a good question, David. What if you know some creditors, but you go through the advertising route, wink, wink, hope they don't notice?
Well, you know what? That is a way to do it.
Oh, you're not obligated. You're not obligated to recognize them, even if you see a Visa bill there.
Well, no. I mean, it's their obligation to come forward. Now, that doesn't apply, obviously, to a mortgage because they have a lien on the house, so you can't avoid that. But I would tell him this. Anyone who does come forward, given the fact that there are no liquid assets, I would try to negotiate it down to 10 cents on the dollar. All they can say is no, and if they know that they're going to get something rather than nothing, they may negotiate a lower amount.
All right. I hope. Now, listen, David Salisbury, you can call off the air anybody who needs someone for probate, trust, wills, estates. It's 720-493-3911. He's our expert, 720-493-3911. That's David Salisbury. He's on our referral list at referralist.com, 720-493-3911.
Whether you're considering a home purchase or refinance, Belco...
You know who, how do you spell Dunrite?
D-U-N-R-I-T-E.
It's not D-U-N-N?
Could be, Mark. I don't know. You want to hear a song? I have a couple questions for Bonnie. I know she has.
All loans subject to approval. Belco. Banking for everyone. Cam Solar is the only solar installer I recommend. I'm Troubleshooter Tom Martino. With more than 3,000 solar projects, save on energy bills, add value to your home, and you own, so no complications if you sell. For a free solar efficiency analysis, 720-449-2935. 720-449-2935. You'll know whether it makes sense or not without wasting time. Offering a 20-year performance guarantee. A free solar guide available at gocamsolar.com. That's gocamsolar.com.
This is Denver's Talk Station, 630 K-House, an iHeartRadio station. With Ross Kaminsky mornings, Michael Brown afternoons, KHOW, Denver.
Saying goodbye, Mr. Brady, Fox News. John McCain's casket just arriving at a Phoenix church for Arizona's final send-off with longtime Senator after thousands paid tribute at the state capitol.
If you talk to the people who really organized this event and they knew John McCain, they will tell you that yesterday was all about paying their respects.
Doc says something scary happened yesterday.
Today really is about saying goodbye because at 2 o'clock this afternoon,
She goes, you should ask Bonnie. Something scary happened yesterday. Can you disconnect this from me? Oh, sorry, Bonnie. I didn't realize that.
This beginning at this hour includes a speech by former Vice President Joe Biden, a close friend for decades. Biden's son, Beau, also died from brain cancer. Senator McCain lies in state tomorrow in the U.S. Capitol Rotunda. The body of Aretha Franklin arriving at the church in Detroit where she got her start as a gospel singer. Hundreds of fans gathering for today's viewing at New Bethel Baptist Church, which follows 2 days of public viewings at the Museum of African American History, where thousands turned out to pay respects. The governing body for college sports finds no violations at Michigan State University over its handling of complaints against Larry Nassar, the former sports doctor who's now in prison for sexually abusing patients. Fox's Jeff Manasso has this live.
Lisa, MSU says it received a letter this week from the NCAA that cleared the school of any rules violations in the Nassar scandal, for which officials say they've fully cooperated, though that despite former gymnasts accusing school leaders of looking the other way. Despite the resignations of MSU's former president and sports director, a $500 million settlement with hundreds of victims, and now charges that a former MSU gymnastics coach lied to police about being told of abuse dating back to the 1990s. Lisa.
Thanks, Jeff. Fox News, fair and balanced.
It's the final days of the Ford Summer Sales Event. The last chance to find an incredible deal on the cars, trucks, and SUVs that make summer go right. Simply stop by a local Ford dealer or shop online at buyfordnow.com. Because the time to get behind the wheel of a new Ford during the Ford Summer Sales Event ends soon, and so do these amazing offers. The Ford Summer Sales Event is in its final days. That means it's the last chance to make summer go right with Ford, America's best-selling brand. Stop by your local Ford dealer and find great offers on many Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs. With leading driver assist technologies, it's easy to see why Ford is the brand more drivers buy and buy again. Look for yourself. But hurry, the Ford Summer Sales Event ends September 4th, 2018. To find out more, head to buyfordnow.com or stop by your local Ford dealer. Best-selling claim based on 2017 calendar year sales.
This report is brought to you by KFC.
Sunny and hot today with a high of 94. Tonight mostly cloudy and a low 62. Tomorrow partly sunny with a high of 89. Saturday partly sunny and a high of 81.
KFC has a new 100% white meat $5 fill-up. It comes with both a breast and a whole wing. That's 2 pieces of 100% white meat, which is why the name 100% white meat $5 fill-up makes a whole lot of sense if you think about it.
And all he did yesterday was kept saying, I'm just a journalist. That's not a journalist. I'm sorry. That's not, it gives journalists a bad name.
Journalists have bad names anyway.
No one will clean, check, and adjust your air conditioner for a better price at this level of service for just $39. Clean and refurbish your AC. Fix it 24/7. Don't get into your system. Why? Disassemble it to get to the dirt, debris, and corrosion, which is the #1 killer on all ACs. Online at fixmyhome.com. That's fixmyhome.com.
No, I want you to give them a... Doesn't the people I'm meeting with Friday do that?
Heal the body and get people out of pain. Plus treatments to combat aging.
Yeah, but Social Security disability, it doesn't matter.
For facial and hair restoration. Check out
Just say she's no longer there. We think she's with Denver trial lawyers on the referral list too. But make sure they understand that Social Security disability is you can practice anywhere in the world or anywhere in the country.
For roofing done right to the last nail, call Golden State Roofing. Call Golden State Roofing.
Oh, I...
303-942-1386. Golden Sky Roofing.
When you think about home loans, think ideal home loans. And the help they
I'm going to have to skip trace this guy. Which one? This iRoof. He's one of these guys got a P.O. box, not even worth trying it.
Brent Ivinson and his team at 303-867-7000. 867-7000. IdealHomeLoans.com.
Hey, when's our PI coming in?
Home loan questions. Equal opportunity lender regulated by DORA and MLS 136756. For terms and conditions, call 844-45-IDEAL.
Stuck in people's minds, and then it never changes. Michael Brown. That's how they control what people think. And that's why you have to get out of the cocoon. You gotta get out of it. Because they will.
We have someone that does it. Who is it? Whoever it is, give them that number, though.
Afternoons at first talk station, 630 KHOW. 630 KHOW has your shot at a trip.
And by the way, I don't think she does it in Colorado Springs. She does workman's comp.
You'll get a text confirming entry plus iHeartRadio info. Standard data and message rates apply.
We have a couple of them.
Text 200 200. This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Troubleshooter. Help me if you can, I'm feeling down.
Hi, Tom Martino here, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show, 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. This hour brought to you by Centeno Schultz for True Living Stem Cell Therapy. Folks, I know you are confused. I know you are. Because you hear so much about stem cell therapy. This is a consumer show, the only show of its kind anywhere. We solve problems, answer questions, take complaints, make your life a little easier. And today is no exception. And our commercials are part of the content. This is the only show where that can be said. We investigate everything, and Living Stem Cell Therapy by Centeno Schultz is the true deal. They have some seminars. You can find out more September 13th or the 27th, both Thursday evenings, one or the other, 6 p.m. You'll learn so much. Or you can just call them for an evaluation. If you're not a candidate for stem cell therapy, they'll tell you they have other therapies available because they are a full clinic with MDs dedicated to getting you out of pain and suffering from arthritis and other injuries or aging joints. CentenoSchultz.com, 303-963-9201, 963-9201. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere. Listen, we have a lot happening here at any given time. We have people who contact us with all kinds of problems, questions, and complaints. We get a lot of divorce and child care questions. I save some of them for when our experts are here. BonnieShieldsLaw.com. Bonnie Shields is with us. And Bonnie, I have a question I pulled out of our banks, and it's similar to what we were discussing on the elevator. With child support, they want to know, what about when somebody wins a prize of any kind, or a lottery, or anything like that, a game show, does it affect child support?
It does, but only for that year. So if you won, I don't know, $120,000 one year, then it would add $10,000 a month onto your income just for that year for purposes of calculation for child support, just for that year. The next year it goes back to whatever your
But then here's what's
is.
Strange, because if they file for modification, okay, let's say after the prize is won in June, and then it goes to court, they're not entitled to the first 6 months of that money, so to speak, if it's prorated, because they filed late. Is that correct or not?
That's correct, because generally it can only be retroactive to the date you file the motion. So you're
what
right.
if they find out a year later when the income went back down and they say you should have paid more during that year?
Yeah, it's no different than somebody finding out later their spouse got a raise 4 years ago. If you didn't file a motion to modify, you didn't file a motion to modify.
How about if it was a big prize? I mean, millions. Would it still be only that 1 year?
Just that 1 year, because it's income for that year, but it's not the income the next year.
All right. We got more with Bonnie, and if you have any, call us. We never have a one topic, though. Now, that Randy's the only other guy that's been waiting a long time, and then Kenneth will go back to you, I promise. And then we still have some other callers as well. Okay, Randy, what's going on with you, sir? How do we help you? I'm Tom Martino.
I'm all deputies. Thanks for what you guys do.
Well, thank you for acknowledging them. They really do work hard, except for Deputy Dan. What's going on?
I get, I know you have several calls about IRS scams.
Yes, we do.
And I've had this one, they called me like 10 times yesterday and 3 times this morning. And, it goes to a voice recording when you answer the phone.
Yes, it does. So do you have a question about it, or did you do anything about it?
Well, I called the number, and actually somebody answered the phone.
Oh, really?
Shocked me, yes. And they answered the phone, Internal Revenue Service.
I
was wondering, isn't there any way the authorities get them for fraud?
Yeah, they do. Oh, didn't you hear about all the arrests that were done on that? There were tons of people arrested. I think just this past year, it made news out of Arizona. I think they were in Arizona. They had call centers.
Yeah, I must have missed that one.
You have to keep reporting. But I would love that number. You got that number?
Oh, I got the number here.
Hold on a sec. Give it to Suzanne. I would love to see what's going on with them. All right, so let's just recap very quickly, because I do have to, again, make short work of this, only because it's a general radio show. But maybe we'll help them off the air. But in a nutshell, Ken invented an incredible piece of technology, a texting technology with hyperlinks. And then he knew he had something big. He formed a company. That company basically got a patent. And then he brought on a money guy who promised to invest a lot of money. But this money guy then formed another company and did not include Ed. But Ken, and Ken also formed another company. So now we had two separate companies plus the original company. Now, Ken, for the sake of simplicity, where does this story go? You had a company, he had a company, and then you both had the original company. What happened then?
He took me to court saying that I formed a company without his permission. I said I did that under the operating agreement because it was running from the same.
Did you win or lose that?
I lost that.
Okay, so what happened? What was the result?
Basically, he got a court order against me, stopping me working anywhere in the world in technology.
Except that original company.
Yeah, on the original company.
Now, what happened to? Why did you need permission to open a company, but he formed another company? Was that ever brought up?
No, he hid that away from the court, and now what we've done is I put documentation together, spoke to the city attorney's office, who said I had to add contempt, fraud, and perjury. This new lawsuit you filed is against the money man? Well, it's against the actually the court-appointed receiver and the money man and his attorney.
Okay.
The court-appointed receiver committed perjury in court, falsified evidence in court,
and this receiver is in charge of what company?
He was in charge of Access U2 Mobile Solutions.
He was in charge of the money man's new company?
No. He worked for the money man's new company, but the court put him in charge of my company.
The original company. Of the original. Okay, now you had the original company, then you had the money man's new company, and your new company. Is your new company still around?
No, it was closed by the court.
Okay. Is your money man's second company still around?
No, he closed it last year.
Is the original company still around?
It's there on the website, and it's there registered with the state of Colorado.
Then where is the patent? Who owns the patent?
They did not pay the maintenance fee of the patent, so the patent has expired.
So where are we today? You are penniless, basically, and you invented something that could have potentially been worth $1 billion.
Oh, easily, yes. There's 28,000 companies using the system now in the US.
And you can't do anything about it?
No. So I'm now, after talking to the city attorney's office, I then put the same paperwork into the mayor's office and met with a lovely person there.
Well, I have no idea where you're going with this. I don't know. You're suing for something. You're suing for fraud, and you're saying the guy lied, but that is normally done through an appeal.
Well, now what I've done here is I'm asking the court to reopen the case.
Okay. And do you have an attorney? Are you represented?
No, I'm not.
Yeah. And the reason you're not, Ken, and you don't want to hear this because you're a tech guy, but the reason is the same reason I got when you heard me. I was very excited about this case. I thought, my God, here you have $1 billion piece of technology, and this guy got flim-flammed. But basically, you're out of time on almost everything as far as statute of limitations.
Well, not on the fraud of the court.
Okay. But the fraud of the court's not going to get you much because anything of value has already been stripped from this guy.
Well, no, because according to the city attorney, the court-appointed receiver is liable.
What I'm saying is, what do you hope to get?
I hope to get my name back by reversing the decision of the original.
What money back?
Well, my name, I said. At the moment, I have 4 other patents.
You're not going to get You're not going to get the patent.
No, but I've got 4 other patents.
And what are you doing with these other patents?
I can't do anything because of the court order, the way it was written.
Wait. You have patents right now that you can't use. Let's just concentrate on that. Why can't you use them?
Because the way that the court order was written is I wasn't allowed to work in the technology industry, in the mobile industry.
Forever?
Forever.
Oh, but yet your competitors are out of business. This ruling was against someone who's out of business.
Yeah, they've been out. They've never, actually traded since 2011.
Again, you're not going to want to hear this, but if you do hear it, I will help you. And here's what it is. You're wasting your time on your lawsuit, because here's the real issue. The only thing you should attack, the only thing, again, I'm not going to, and I have the wherewithal to help you. If your technology is anywhere near what you say, I can help you tremendously with, not me directly, but getting you in touch with really good people or helping you directly. And here's what I'm saying. You concentrate on the non-compete and get it struck down. It is overreaching. Those non-competes are struck down all the time. That's the only thing you attack. If you go trying to do your fraud and this and that and all this, you're going to be perceived as a nut, especially when you're pro se. So you should simply do one thing, be laser focused, get the non-compete done out, and then pursue the other patents. That's what you should do. But if you're like most others that I counsel, you won't do it, because you're going to have all of this baggage that you have and all of this vindictiveness and revenge and justice, and you're going to be jousting with windmills the rest of your life. So those are your choices.
Right. So what I've done is, one of the things they've done was they issued a K1 to a company in the Netherlands.
He didn't even hear me. So, okay, Kenneth, good luck on jousting with those windmills. Have a good time. You're going to die penniless and smart. It's too bad. It's really too bad. You can get rid of that non-compete, and I can help you. Then you take the patents. If you're as smart as you were with the first one, you take those patents and make $1 billion, Kenneth. That's what you do. My offer stands to you if you stop the ridiculousness of living in the past. Tell him how he can get back in touch with us. 303-713-TALK. Tom, what's going on with you, Tom?
Hey, Tom, I'm an avid fan, listening to you guys forever.
Thank
I know your opinion and stance on photo radar tickets. I, too, agree with you.
Well, I hope you know my stand, and that's good. I ignore them until they personally serve me.
Exactly. And I've got 4 of them on myself in the drawer. Well, most recently, my wife got one.
Yeah.
From City of Aurora, but I've not seen the ones I've gotten. I've never gotten an in Aurora, but it says failure to comply with this or respond to this notice will result in summons and complaint being issued.
All right, hold on. We'll come right back to it. That there are some exceptions we got to talk about. Century RV, if you have an RV and you want to trade it, Century RV sells new and used, and they can do it. If you have an RV and you need service, Century RV services them in their north location on the Longmont turnoff on I-25. If you want an RV or a travel trailer, any kind, Class A, B, or C, whatever you want, you'll get the best deals at Century RV. CenturyRV.com, 303-453-1111 in Lakewood, just north of 6th Avenue between Kipling and Sims next to Woodley's, or up north on the 119 turnoff to Longmont and I-25. CenturyRV.com.
Is brought to you by KFC. Good news, that earlier crash on the westbound side of the Turnpike at Foothills Parkway, that's been cleared out of the way. Traffic flow back up to speed on that stretch, so good news there. A little bit of delay on the north end of town on southbound I-25 approaching 136.
So this Kenneth invented putting a link in a text message? Is that what it was?
He made it possible to hyperlink within messages. There was no technology to do that, because when you transmit, it doesn't transmit the link. It just transmits words and pictures. To link in a text was his original technology.
I'll tell you who screwed up. They didn't patent the text. The text first invented in 92.
Yes.
Right. They didn't patent that.
That guy.
That's when you were talking.
But he was given a settlement.
Well, his wasn't a company. He was with a company and stuff, so I think the company
it was his. It was his. And he sued BlackBerry.
Oh, is that what it was?
I think he got a settlement, but he never dreamed it was going to.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's the one. If that's what you're talking about, there was a guy. I mean, in a stand-year, this man. What did Kenneth say? He doesn't want to hear from me, does he?
No, he did. He this. I totally understand what Tom says. I'm going to concentrate on the non-compete and let you know.
Okay, I mean,
I gave him my direct line to call me
Do you
back.
realize that if he has even one piece of technology as good as his other, because the guy is not enough. The guy is enough, but he's not enough.
I don't understand what the technology is.
Well, the first, I don't know what the new technology is that he has, but the old technology, in a text, there was never a way to link things. You couldn't link things because texts transmit packets of information. They don't transmit or hadn't transmit packets with links. So, you know, binary code is bum, 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 bum. And they take packets of that binary code and they send it. When you have a link, it completely changes the picture. So even though you and I think it's very simple, I send you a link and say, check this out.
It's really not.
Oh my God, the underlying technology, the reason it's possible is because of him.
That's crazy.
And he made not a dime from it.
That's sad. Wow. Okay.
He would have been a billionaire.
I'm going to hold on to this. I don't know if this is original.
Let's see if we can make $1 billion from the guy. I mean, let's see what his new technology is, for God's sakes. I mean, that's what I don't understand people, Suzanne. How many times do we get people who are so hell-bent on the wrong thing? How many times has that happened to us?
Yeah.
Oh, my God in heaven. I mean, it's like...
Hey, Bonnie, you're welcome to answer that for me, but just so you know, my point was to give that to you and Tom for Tom to read on the air or ask on the air. And I just wanted you to have a heads up on it. If we don't get it today, it would be, get to it today, it'd be nice to have the response, but don't, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted you to know my point.
All right, well, I did it, so worst comes to worst, you have something to send to them.
All right.
What you know is abusing alcohol, prescription drugs, hard illegal.
There's a Finnish guy who invented text.
Anxiety, depression, or trauma related to substance abuse. Please know you're not alone.
Can you imagine being able to say, I invented texting?
Special number to address your concerns.
Right.
720.
I mean,
You don't think of it that somebody actually did that.
Just think if you could only get like 1/100th of a cent every text. I mean, the guy would be...
A million of a cent for every text.
About different treatment options, all evidence-based treatments designed to help
Can you
reduce
imagine?
substance abuse. No more excuses, no more
That's a big
denials.
one.
Get the help you
Texting.
need. Some health insurance covers the cost. Call today for a free no obligation consultation. The Raleigh House.
Because people will want that time that you got to talk, say, hey, how are you doing, whatever, this way, boom, send it off, and then, and you got what you actually sent. So someone says, well, what about this? Oh, I got yours. So it's a record.
I've heard there's software out there you can put on there that, like if you're texting your ex and it's not appropriate, it can determine kind of hostile text and say,
Well,
hey, did you really want to say it like that?
Family Wizard does that in their messaging.
Does it? Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. I heard that they do. That's pretty cool.
And you can't say fuck you.
Yeah. It's a good thing.
Yeah, you're probably right. It is
I will say, I wasn't joking when I said you could teach a little course on how to correspond with your ex. Your responses are so neutral.
To the point.
Neutral, to the point, kind, reassuring,
But not weak.
Tom Martino here. We have Bonnie Shields with us, attorney at law for family law and mediation as well. And I'm going to go to the phones and find out about this unusual radar ticket. Tom says that it says something at the bottom of his wife's ticket that he's never seen before. What does it say, Tom?
Again, it's from City of Aurora. It said, failure to respond to the notice will result in summons and complaint being issued, and personal service will be initiated.
Okay, what's wrong with that?
But then it says personal service may include certified mail. I thought personal service was just that, in person by a process server.
Here's what happens. Certain municipalities, I heard around the country, and I'm not sure if Aurora did it, have decriminalized certain things and made certified mail apropos for personal service in traffic tickets. I mean specifically. They have literally wrote a city ordinance or a county ordinance that said, in traffic, we're allowed to do this. Now, I'm not sure if Aurora did that. So,
well, it also says here, too, pursuant to Colorado Court Rule 204.
Yes.
Personal service may include certified mail.
Okay. I don't know anything about it, so I'm going to look it up. What does it say, Colorado Rule, Rod?
Colorado Rule 204.
Rule. Do you know about that, Bonnie? 204. He's saying personal service can be certified mail. I've never heard that it can substitute for it. I just have never heard that. I heard that certain municipalities have allowed it for certain things. But I'm looking, okay? So it would be Colorado Rule 204 of civil. It's the Colorado Rules for Civil Procedure, right?
I assume it just says Colorado Court Rule 204.
That's what it means, civil procedure. I don't know, and I have to look it up. I don't know of anyone who uses certified mail in place of it. Here, I'm looking at it right now. It's Colorado law for civil procedure. It says that if a jurisdiction will not provide, what says he? Nope, that's not it. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. But hey, if she gets a personal email, certified mail,
yeah,
and they say that, you got to be safe. I mean, you otherwise you end up fighting a battle over civil procedure as opposed to the original battle. It just gets too complicated.
Exactly.
I don't know. I don't know. But it is a good thing to look into. Okay? If anyone knows, give us a call. Can certified mail substitute for personal service? I don't know. 303-713-TALK. We'll find out, though, and we'll ask a few. Maybe Joe Lazzara's around. We can ask him. Is he around? He's always so busy, we hardly ever get a hold of him. Bonnie Shields is with us. Okay, Bonnie, somebody wants to know, if you were divorced, can you reopen for settlement? If you, for alimony or for dividing property, if someone comes into money after the divorce decree. We said that child support is always modifiable. What about alimony or anything like that?
Alimony or maintenance, it is modifiable if it's already in order. If there was no order for maintenance, you can't bring it later. You can't ask for it
But if
later.
there was an order for maintenance and you're paying maintenance and you win something, does it change your maintenance?
It may very well, it might very well do so. You have to file a motion to modify, but yes, if somebody's coming into some money, you bet.
It could.
You bet it
Okay,
could.
then when does property settlement become final? Or is that different than maintenance property?
Property settlement is done at your final orders. It's done,
And then you
done.
can't go and say, I want half of that.
You can't do that unless you can prove that there was some fraud.
Okay, but as far as income, that's different.
That's very different.
Unless you made it non-modifiable. You could make alimony non-modifiable.
Right, you absolutely can make it non-modifiable, and then it doesn't matter what the other person came into. You can't go back.
All right, 303-713-8255. John, welcome to the show. I'm Tom Martino. What's happening?
Hi, Tom. I've been taking your advice for over 30 years.
Thank you, man. Thank you very much. I'm serious.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
I've got a vehicle that I'm trying to sell on Craigslist.
Yeah.
And I have a guy that's been contacting me from Florida, and he wants to know the VIN number. Is there any risk on that?
No, I don't see any.
Okay.
I mean, I can't think of any. It really is out there already, and you'd know that if you do a Google search. But you ought to search it and see what you get. I've done that before, and you will get information on the vehicle. I mean, I don't know of any personal information that comes up. I've tried it before because somebody else asked me that, and I gave it to him. I had the exact same question. And I think they just want to look up the vehicle history. I think
so too.
Be careful with your long-distance stuff. You know that, right? I mean,
well, yeah, he wants to pay me with either a certified check or a deposit with PayPal. And I said, I want cash.
Yeah. Okay, hold on now. No PayPal and no certified checks, no anything like that.
Oh.
Cashier's checks. A wire to your account, verified by your bank. That's it. Period. Done.
Okay.
Not even a third-party wiring service.
Okay.
You want an ACH, the automated clearinghouse, from his account to yours, and then you want to verify from your bank it is in your account. Then you take the money out of that account and out of that bank, and you deposit it in another bank or get a cashier's check. I'm telling you, because if he tries to screw you,
right,
they can go to any account you have at that bank and cross-collateralize it. Now, obviously, if a crime has been committed and the government says you have to give it back, that's one thing, or authorities. But no, you don't allow him to get involved with you in a civil matter if he paid and you want to keep the payment and you've delivered the car.
Hey, John, is the reason you wouldn't use Blinker?
What is Blinker?
Now, Blinker is a really safe way to do it. Blinker is an app made to buy and sell cars, but the real reason Blinker is established, they are hoping people will finance with them. You don't have to. You still get the benefit of Blinker, but if you use it, it allows you to sell your car and then somebody buying it can finance it because they get financed through Blinker. And here's how it's done. You take a picture of the car. It automatically fills in a lot of data based on the VIN number. It gives you a step-by-step process of what to do and when to do it. Everything is done online with your finger. You sign, and it makes sure all the proper procedures are followed. And then the money is transferred via Blinker, and the money is verified via Blinker, and in my opinion, it's foolproof.
Okay.
So you tell them, hey, or do you have the car? So you tell them, I'm going to list this on Blinker.com. Go there and fill out the stuff and buy it. And to me, that's the best. It's free, man.
Okay.
They can even get financing if they want.
All right. It sounds like he's never squabbled about the price, and I think I've got it priced real good because it's a...
What are you selling?
I've got a 2003 Subaru Baja in mint condition.
They're cool.
With 54,000 miles on it.
How much are you asking?
I'm asking $11,750.
Wow. Yeah, that sounds a lot for that vintage, but...
Yeah.
But
you can't find one with anything under 100.
No, I believe you.
Oh, so yeah.
I believe you. That sounds cool. Yeah, I would use that. Leah, what was your question about estates and unsecured debt?
Well, I got in on the tail end of your conversation with David Salisbury.
Yes.
And he said something that I didn't think was true, or I misunderstood.
What is it?
Okay, he said that, what I thought he said was that if you have unsecured, or if the decedent has unsecured debt, that, and if you've got, and the only thing the decedent had in the way of an asset was a house with a mortgage on it, that you would have to sell the house and pay off that unsecured debt. And
here's what he said, or what he meant, is that you can ignore unsecured debt, meaning you can put out a notice, and if they don't contact you, then you don't have to worry about them. You don't have to go seeking them. But when it comes to secured debt, you have to deal with that note. And what he means by selling the house, he means paying off the loan, because the lender is not going to let you keep the loan and assume it automatically. Now, there are some assumable loans, but very few. And they're usually payable upon death or upon transfer. And that's a transfer, which means you don't have a choice. You can keep the house, yes, but you have to go out and get another loan for it. Does that make sense?
It does, except over a dozen years I did pay off that mortgage. But
well, in other words, did you not tell them that was it your husband?
It was my mother.
Mother, did you not tell them she was dead?
I didn't have to. They knew before.
Okay, then they allowed you to do it.
They did.
But they could have foreclosed at any time.
They could have.
Yes.
They didn't. They were getting money, and that was all they cared about.
You know what? And a lot of times, that's true, Leah. They don't want to shake up the apple cart, so they just let it go on and on. So, that was good for you. That was good. Okay, 303-713-8255. And speaking of loans, Ideal Home Loans, for your next Ideal Home Loan with their interest rate guarantee. Remember that, since we were on the topic of loans, okay? And then, of course, approval reverse is another loan, and that's one where, let's say they died and they had a reverse loan. The estate will never be caught ever underwater. They can just surrender the home. But if the home is worth more, they can sell it and pay off the reverse loan. Now, I'm not trying to talk you into a reverse loan. I'm just saying there is no risk to the estate, and you can never have more than the house at risk. But it does eat up equity, so it's a personal choice, and I only trust Approval Reverse to give you the truth. 303-771-3528. ApprovalReverse.com.
This is Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station. With Ross Kaminsky mornings, Michael Brown afternoons, KHOW Denver. Win your way to our 2018 iHeartRadio Music Festival. Justin Timberlake, Fleetwood Mac, Mariah Carey, and so many more. One night on one stage. Hosted by Ryan Seacrest, September 21st and 22nd at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Just listen weekdays 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. and bypass the hour for the keyword to text. It's your shot to be in Vegas at our iHeartRadio Music Festival from Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW.
As many get ready for school days, others have split focus. Are you one of them? Are you worried about back taxes when you should be concentrating on textbooks and teachers? Maybe you got a letter from the IRS, or you're being audited. Kind of brings back memories of being called into the principal's office. You should be concentrating on your kids. Don't split your focus.
CRCP Rule 204, that's what it was.
What was that for that?
It's Colorado Rules for Civil Procedure.
Jack Larson, who I know personally, and their team of experts will get between you and the
Hey, you can serve certified mail over civil procedures, right? Because small claims you can't.
Only small claims is how I understand it. Only small claims.
They will make sure you
However, who knows? There might be a change. I don't think there is. But no, like I couldn't sue you for slander and just nail it. But I don't. This guy's saying that in traffic. See, I think they can, etch out something in the ordinance and say, by the way.
Do they have to try others though? Because I thought even small claims they have to try.
Do they have to try? Are you sure they have to try?
No, I don't. No, I'm not sure, but.
Tens of thousands of dollars per transaction.
So, if you can find it, it's CRCP 204. I can't really find anything that has to do with that survey.
To attract hundreds of qualified buyers directly to your home the moment it goes on the market. And Rex Real Estate charges only 2% total.
Why does this son of a bitch keep going? It literally, after I have it, it goes blank. It goes literally blank if I hit it. I hit it, now I have it, watch, now it's going to go blank, watch. It's 128 pages.
Oh.
As soon as I look, it goes blank.
Can you click on it and make it smaller, or?
No, I don't. It just goes blank. It's just unbelievable.
License number 1000778.
There it is, right? Now watch.
Oh, so you do it there.
Now if I go and just try, to scan it, oh, okay, hold on. Now if I can try to get to number 4, I mean 204.
Or can you just print that? Oh, you're looking for a page.
Number 204.
Or a combination of things. And the great news here is that Dr. Ken
almost
Lawson
there,
has
204.
pioneered treatments for these conditions that do not require surgery. No broken bones, anesthesia, or long recovery time. Dr. Kent Lawson has more than 30 years experience.
Rule for Civil
and because
Procedure.
of his amazing work,
Rules
time
of
and
Civil
braces
Procedure
is
2.
minimal.
Where's
He can also address
Rule
your TMJ
236.
problems or CPAP. More than 5,000 cases and counting. Dr. Kent Lawson at Aurora Orthodontics.
He's calling it 206.
303-690-0100.
204. That's one of the first
303-690-0100. That's Aurora Orthodontics. On my referral list
It's going to be CRCP.
This is Dan
Right,
Campbell. I
204.
believe that talk is cheap. Action speaks louder than words, and results matter. So if you need a lawyer for a serious
There are
injury
certain
case
things that
or
can be
a loan
certified.
case,
Don't know
I
what they are.
respectfully request
My
that
stuff
you
never
allow me
can.
to show you our
Yeah,
firm's
I
long
think it's gotta
history
be
of
civil rights,
outstanding
small
results.
claims.
We pursue
There's
righteous
201,
cases on a percentage
201,
fee basis. If you need
Then
more
it goes to
help, please give
220.
me a call at
It literally
303
skips to 201 to
or hit
227.
dancampbellaw.com.
It literally skips over it in this book.
Car loans, high interest credit card loans, debt adds up for
It just skipped over
but
it.
there are ways around it. Hey guys, it's
Holy
Ross
shit,
Kaminsky
it
from my
literally
friends
did.
at American Financing, and I'm here to remind you that refinancing your home loan is an
Bonnie,
easy
the
way
guy
to
that knows he's getting,
Think of it this way.
well,
A
just
lower interest rate
refused to
means
sign
lower
a certified,
and
isn't no
mortgage
good,
interest
right?
rates are
If he
far
doesn't
more
sign the
competitive
letter.
than a student loan or
I
credit
would
card
see.
rate. I'm
So, I mean,
talking rates
somehow
that are low
there are
single
certain
digits.
things you have to guarantee that got to a person.
Right, right.
Why would
But if
you
they just
consolidate
refuse
that
to sign, then I
debt
guess it
by
can, then
refinancing your mortgage?
you never get a
You'll
sign.
speak with a salary-based mortgage consultant who will customize a loan to fit your needs. They're already saving customers up to $1,000 a month. Plus, there are no upfront fees.
There's Rule 202, Rule 203, and it skips. Why does it not? This is the second time. Why don't they quote 204? There's 204. Hold on. It's certifications and admissions to law practice. That might be rules of professional content. No.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. Flexident is the preferred way to have your car fixed. Flexident of Colorado.com. If you have dents or dings from hail, Flexident will do it. And they'll do it quickly, and they won't detract from the value of your car. You don't even have to worry about it showing up on Carfax. It really is as if it never happened with Flexident. It's the expungement of hail damage, like they expunge criminal matters. They can expunge your dents, paintless dent repair, Flexident of Colorado.com, cheaper, better, faster. 303-619-6273. 303-619-6273. And on big jobs right now, they are giving a $500 discount. Flexident of Colorado.com. All right, Bonnie Shields is our attorney at law today for family law, and we were talking about different ways they can reopen. What is the one reason divorce decrees are reopened? That's what somebody wants to know, the number one reason.
Probably to modify either child support or parenting time.
Parenting time, so that's the parenting plan.
Right.
Okay, is that it basically? Or I mean, the main thing is financial with kids.
That or yeah, it would be that or the parenting time. Parenting time's a big one.
If someone claimed that they helped build a business with you, and they sell that business after the divorce decree, can you claim some kind of additional value that you undervalued it during the divorce and you weren't paid enough for it?
No, unless you can show fraud.
Really? So if you value a business during the marriage and then later on it's found to be worth 10 times more, if there's no fraud.
There's no. Think of it. You get awarded a house during a marriage, and a year later it's worth 15 or 20% more. Your ex doesn't own any part of that. It was your property as of the divorce date. So if it increased in value, that's your window.
All right. Now, David, you got served by certified mail, right?
Yes. And
what was it for, though? What kind of civil procedure?
It was a red light ticket. But first of all, I'd like to mention, I think it was your show when you were speaking about this at another time, and someone called in that was a landlord, and he said they passed a new law where he only has to send it certified mail, and that's enough. They don't have to sign it. So there doesn't have to be any proof of
delivery.
Receiving, delivery or signature. He said that now there's something new where all he has to do is. And apparently that's what happened to me because I had a lazy mailman, just threw it in the box, and I never saw anything. You know, before that, I got a little tag on the door saying there was a sheriff or so-and-so had come by and tried to reach me. Then it was certified mail.
Okay.
But it was never signed, and then they took that, and then they sent it to a collection agency. And
then it was done, so he didn't even sign it. Now, Suzanne, what did Joe Lazaro say about it? He texted us?
Yes, Joe says a subpoena must be personally served.
A subpoena?
Mm-hmm.
But what about, a subpoena is different, isn't a subpoena different than a regular?
I asked about a photo radar ticket. I'm trying to get clarification, but...
By the way, Joe does defend all kinds of traffic, including DUIs, and I hope you never need him. Joe, people ask this all the time, his website, because I tell you he's on referral list, and that will take you to his website, but if you need his website directly, it's lazzara.legal.com. It's Lazzara. So 2 Z's, 1 R. Lazzara, lazzaralegal.com. 303-429-6200. 429-6200. He's a criminal defense attorney. And he also gives a $500 discount for Martino listeners on big cases. So, listen, whether or not you can be served, I know with regular civil court, you can't. You got to be personally served. But certified mail might take the place. Yes, Suzanne. What
so
did
Joe says, I asked for a photo radar ticket. He says they can mail that in a lot of circumstances. Depends on jurisdiction.
That's right. Okay, that's exactly what I thought. In other words, if they pass a law saying they can, they can. They change the law for their circumstances. Okay, what's going on with Crystal? And I might mention here, we have lines open right after this call, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Crystal, what's happening?
Hi, Mr. Martino.
Hi.
I need your help, please.
Okay.
My mother-in-law passed away in 1998. Since then, we have worked hard with supplying death certificate copies to anyone who has solicited her for credit card and health insurance and different things like that. We've tried for over 20 years to get her off all the mailing list. We are still getting credit card offers for her mailed to us. We've moved 3 times. They seem to follow us.
Wow.
What are we doing wrong?
Nothing.
How can we put it to rest like she's
I don't know if you can. I don't know if you really can. But I can give you some observations. This happened to someone else, and we could tell you why. Okay? This is really important, so hang on, because we do have something to tell you on that. You know, I've been telling you about saving money. Buyandbill.net, I have to tell you about them because 4800 Washington Street is the place, and they do have auctions where you save even more money. So if you just want to sit at your computer and save money, wait for the auction, okay? Now that starts September, the latest one. They have one I think they have them quarterly. We have one coming up September 13th. It starts, and then it goes through the 19th and closes. So really, that's just like 13 or 14 days from now, right? So September 13th, go to buyandbill.net to find out about it, but it's actually at rollerauction.com. Write that down. I swear to you, you will find floor coverings for as little as 10 cents a foot. You will find cabinets for $400 for kitchens. It's so extraordinary, it's hard to explain. Now, of course, you'll never go wrong just going there, 4800 Washington Street, and browse around, because if you need something, you're going to get it for yourself, open to the public, or for your builder, including plumbing fixtures, 303, and electrical fixtures, pennies on the dollar, 303-295-6022, cabinets, floors, hardware, plumbing, electrical, 303-295-6022, buyandbill.net, 4800 Washington Street. I'm given this number here. I owe you a break, right? Okay, so we need to take this quick break, and then I'll come back. Crystal, let's talk about getting off mailing lists.
This report is brought to you by Denver Mattress. There's a few slow spots in the drive across the metro area freeway system. You got a crash being reported northbound I-25 down south around
Tom, I think I am going to take off.
Okay. Just travel through there with caution.
I'm sorry, I'm dealing with 40 minutes.
No, it's okay. That's fine.
Either side of Quebec. Watch out for
a few minutes before I head out. I got to head out to Adams County for a year.
Oh,
I hate going up.
Well downtown. Weather forecast.
So how far do you go up? Is that it, Adams?
No.
Or well?
I've done well, and every once in a while I have an El Paso.
Oh.
I don't know why they shouldn't hire me. I mean, really, you need somebody in the district that knows those judges and their procedures. So most of the time I discourage it.
A $300 furniture growth gift certificate or a
El Paso is his own little animal.
Purchase plus 7 years no interest.
All right, I will give you that information that I told you I would get you. It might be early next. It will be early next week. I know. But you're going to be on vacation anyway.
Yeah, just till Tuesday.
So enjoy Boston. Have some seafood. Do you like seafood?
Yeah, I do. And Boston is good for that.
Yeah. Right. What I remember about Boston, you don't eat crap food like I do, like cannolis. There was a store that was just cannolis. Oh, it was this store. The line was out the door for cannolis. It was an entire wall of different cannolis. I do remember the cannolis.
I think Boston is a cool town. I love the way the streets are laid out. So much history.
I like being in history. I like looking in the cemetery.
Oh, wow.
Like the gravestones that are like 1700 or 1500 or 1600.
Right.
And knowing Benjamin Franklin was there.
And then his book again.
Yeah.
About Benjamin Franklin. He was easily the smartest man of his time.
Really?
Oh, geez, that guy was so smart. Even as a kid. As a kid, he was smart. He was running a print shop at 15 years old.
But I'm going to do something about
With
it.
his brothers.
Dr. David Broadway and Broadway Hair Restoration. Using NeoGraft, a safe and effective
Thank you. I'll get you some information. Might be helpful, okay?
Sure. Yes, for sure.
At 303.
All right, you boys be good.
See ya. Drive safe.
I will. They said take the toll road so there's no one on it.
Oh, that's...
Coming back at rush hour, it's ugly on C470 or P470 or whatever.
For limited time, get 2 years interest-free financing. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, Cortex, tile, laminate, granite countertops, or area rugs, Carpet Mill Outlet Stores has the lowest prices guaranteed. You'll find value price options to fit every style and every budget. 12 locations, but the sale is 1 day only. This Saturday. Find out more at carpetmilloutletstores.com.
Real estate agents, this message is for you. This is Chad Madlin. Because of the amazing response we've gotten over the years, we are growing our network. We are building an outstanding group of agents and teams to collaborate, brainstorm, and strategize with. This helps you build a strong business and gives your clients a 5-star experience. This has never been done before. You need to call me, 303-900-8570 or FastSaleGuarantee.com. Let me buy you a cup of coffee and show you how we can change your life. FastSaleGuarantee.com.
Premium engine performance starts at Shell with Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline. Just like premium athletic performances start with practice. So choose Shell V-Power Nitro Plus, engineered with triple action protection against gum, corrosion, and wear for optimal engine performance. And now through September 2nd, Fuel Rewards members can save up to 10 cents a gallon after every fill-up with Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline. Rewards valid on future fill after minimum 5-gallon purchase. Members in silver status save up to 8 cents a gallon.
2020. It's not 2020, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it is 2020.
That's the president. Yeah.
The new business hat. The buying toner for the copy machine hat.
Keep on getting the media. Boy, when the media is on you, that's where the other Republicans fold.
They never gave him a chance to say.
Right, well, but anybody else would fold under this media pressure.
But to get his footing, he never got his footing. Never.
Right. Plus, he didn't know his advisors and everything, his cabinet. He didn't know who to pick. He wasn't in on all that, hey, who would be a good for such and such and stuff. And that's why it looks kind of bad now. He wasn't in the swamp. He was. I mean, he was in the movie.
You're on 630 K-How.
Tom Martino here. Pro Auto Care will take care of your car the right way, and what I love is he has specials for Martino listeners. If you go to the website and click on my name or picture, you'll come to it. That's 303proauto.com. 2 locations near Evans and I-25, near Bowles and Santa Fe. And the best part about it is you become part of their family, which means he keeps copies of your records. He reminds you when things are needed by text. And not only that, but you can also get roadside assistance free in between every single service. It's wonderful. 303-PRO-AUTO is the phone number, and the website 303proauto.com. And if you need a place to put that car, One Clear Choice Garage Doors. They will handle your door or your opener. It's that easy. You'll never do better. Just remember that for when you have a problem with a garage door, you want to tune it up or whatever, OneClearChoiceDoors.com. Let's keep going here, and we have a follow-up on Walmart TV warranty. But first, Crystal. Here's what Crystal. Now I'm going to. The reason I held you is it's important. There's a simple matter of it could just be stupidity, and people just have old mailing lists, and they don't know when people are deceased. But what's more important to find out is if truly they think she's still alive, and there's only one reason for that. Somebody with that name or social or something very similar is using it. And that's what you really want to be careful of. I'm not so concerned about mailing lists and all of that. You're just going to have to put up with it. But the reason I ask you to hold is you need to go into the credit reporting agencies and you need to find out if any activity at all was done using her name and her social. And that is critical. Not because who cares if she's in heaven if she has bad credit, but you do want to find out because it could come back to haunt you in the future. So you just, that's the only thing I wanted to say. So I would access credit reports and try to find profiles and search her in every way you can, whether by social or by name. Dan, what were you going to say?
Hey, Tom, wouldn't it be good just to, if that happens, just to lock all the credit reports and then you're done with it?
If you have the authority, you can, yes. Locking a report simply says they have to have a PIN number in order to do anything, any inquiry whatsoever. I like credit locking. Robert, let's talk about this Walmart TV. Was this the one where you had problems and you had to go to a warranty center and you were getting jerked around, and I thought, man, why wouldn't Walmart just replace the TV?
That is the one and only, yes.
And so what's going on with it?
So, Tom,
yes.
I have helped him do another warranty claim with Walmart.
Yes.
The problem is the part needed for his TV, because at this point it's been a few years.
But it's not his fault, right? He literally did not have use of it.
Send it back like he was asked to begin with.
He didn't what?
Send it back.
Oh.
He was asked to box it up and send it to be worked on. So fine, we started another claim. The part is on back order. I mean, I don't know that there's much else we can do, but I think Robert's frustrated.
Well, I don't blame him. Is he going to... did he send it back since?
Oh no! At this point now, they're using a local company to fix it, but the part's on back order. It was supposed to be in last week. It hasn't come in.
This sucks. I mean, it really does, because but we wanted to let you know that we do at least have the local vendor on it, and now the part's back order.
He might have a question, Tom.
Do you have a question? I'll tell you, I'm really disappointed with Walmart. I don't care if it was a couple of years. You know what's weird is Costco is part of Walmart. No, it isn't. Sam's Club is. Never mind.
No.
Costco would have replaced it. Go ahead, Robert. What were you going to say or ask?
That's what I was thinking, is they ought to just be able to replace it.
They should.
They can't come up with the parts, and this guy that's the local here, he put a part in about 6 months ago and then still hasn't been able to come back with it.
I agree. Listen, we're in agreement with you. Maybe we'll just try calling. Let's try calling Walmart, okay? Let's do that. SimplyFloorsInc.com. Someone asked about that. They said, can't you call them? And really, they want you to go make an appointment or stop by 52nd and Ward, and that's the southwest corner. SimplyFloorsInc.com. You will find a phone number there, but look at the website, SimplyFloorsInc.com. Today is the day you break the stranglehold of addiction.
All right, I show you guys budget, fix it, house, and icon.
You know is abusing alcohol, prescription drugs, hard illegal drugs, or if it's a mental health issue, anxiety, depression, or trauma related to substance abuse, please know you're not alone. There's help. Call the Raleigh House today. They've established a special number to address your concerns. 720-893-5559. That's 720-893-5559. The Raleigh House is a premier addiction recovery program located here at Colorado.
You know, if I didn't do what I did, there's no way. Oh, he's gone.
All evidence.
Oh, there. I was going to say, there's no way these could ever be done in the third hour like they're meant.
Some health insurance covers the cost. Call today for a free, no-obligation consultation. The Raleigh House, 720-893-5559. 720-893-5559. Call today.
This is Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station. With Ross Kaminsky mornings, Michael Brown afternoons, KHOW, Denver.
A mixture of laughter and tears. Lisa Brady, Fox News, as Arizona bids its final farewell to Senator John McCain. Memorial service underway. Fox's Jessica Rosenthal, more live. Lisa, John McCain's casket was taken from Arizona's capital to the North Phoenix Baptist Church, which is filled with people, from members of the public to McCain's family to colleagues and politicians. Former Arizona Attorney General Grant Woods had the church crowd laughing with stories of McCain's witty sense of humor.
He would want us to, okay, we recognize him now, but now let's get to work. And I'm sure the Vice President will talk about John and bipartisanship, but he believes so much that this, in the end, when it's all said and done, this Republican-Democrat thing is not that important, is it? We're all Americans.
Later today, McCain's body will be flown to Washington, D.C. to lie in state at the U.S. Capitol Rotunda tomorrow, Lisa. Thanks, Jessica. Former Vice President Joe Biden moments ago at the service saying cheerfully that he thought of McCain as a brother. Pay raises for many civilian federal workers due to take effect in January are being scrapped. President Trump citing the cost, telling Congress in a letter today that federal agency budgets can't sustain such increases. Democrats have criticized the president for the cost of the tax cuts. The UN's nuclear watchdog says Iran is still keeping up its end of the 2015 nuclear deal, even after the U.S. withdrawal from it in May.
The International Atomic Energy Agency saying its inspectors had access to all the sites they needed to visit. The report says Iran's stockpiles of low-enriched uranium have slightly increased since the last
Does
report in
Robert
May,
has another
but
question?
they are still under the limits
follow up
of
on
the deal.
Fox's Simon Owen in London. President Trump called the deal a disaster in part because it didn't address any of Iran's other aggressive behaviors after
This hour brought to you by
Fox News, fair.
And then I have Duran, budget, Jesus Christ, fix it in the house.
It's the final days of the Ford Summer Sales Event. The last chance to find an incredible deal on the cars, trucks, and SUVs that make summer go right. Simply stop by a local Ford dealer or shop
When you got your
online
lenses
and buy
replaced,
Ford
was it because of
now.
cataracts, or you just...
No, just well, I had LASIK done, then it was wearing out. It
And
sucked.
so did these amazing offers.
Now you'll never have cataracts.
Ford Summer Sales Event is in its final days. That means it's the last chance to make summer go right with Ford, America's best-selling brand. Stop by your local Ford dealer and find great offers on many Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs. With leading driver assist technology, it's easy to see why Ford is the brand more drivers buy and buy again. Look for yourself. But hurry, the Ford Summer Sales Event ends September 4th, 2018. To find out more, head to buyfordnow.com or stop by your local Ford dealer. Best-selling claim based on 2017 calendar year sales.
This report is brought to you by Firestone Complete Auto Care.
Sunny and hot today with a high of 94. Tonight mostly cloudy and a low of 62. Tomorrow partly sunny with a high of 89. Saturday partly sunny and a high of 81.
Keep your car running newer longer. Head into Firestone Complete Auto Care to get $70 off per axle on a standard brake service. Whatever you drive, drive a Firestone. Coupon required. Restrictions and exclusions apply. Details at
That sucks. Coupon required. The advertise on radio should be that, and then you gotta go search coupon, which I just don't understand. You advertise coupon is required. You're driving them somewhere else.
Right. Or driving to the website or that or wherever.
Floors, countertops, cabinets, appliances, fixtures, turnkey. All you do is drop your jaw in amazement. 720-325-5040 or search Modern at referralist.com.
Protecting data across modern decentralized networks presents challenges that traditional
I think sometimes
can't
people
handle.
just
At best,
they
they waste time
have
and
way
money
too many
managing
ads.
multiple
And I hate to
solutions.
say that. I
At
mean,
worst,
within a short amount of time.
Barracuda Backup is a single cloud-integrated solution
People
that
start turning
simplifies
their
the backup process.
So, yeah, or they won't
Data
listen.
replication to anywhere on your network, a private cloud, Barracuda's cloud, or to the AWS public cloud. Reclaim your data. Try Barracuda Backup free at barracuda.com/backup.
Save more with Liberty Mutual Insurance. Hey Todd, Liberty Mutual just saved me $782.
Liberty did what?
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
Maybe I should switch to Liberty Mutual.
Visit us online to... Hey, stop echoing. Sorry. Visit us online to get a quote, and you could save $782. Liberty Mutual Insurance. Based on a recent countrywide new customer survey, coverage is underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company, Equal Housing Insurer.
This is the Troubleshooter Show.
I need somebody.
Now, Tom Martino on 630 KHOW.
I'm feeling down. I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the only show of its kind. We have lines open at 303-713-TALK. You can get right through with problems, questions, and complaints. That's 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. This hour brought to you by Icon Eye Care. And I can't say enough about Icon. We've been getting a lot of emails from people saying, Tom, I heard about this. Can you explain it? Listen carefully because, you know, our commercials are part of our content on this show because we truly believe in what we recommend. Okay. There are differing opinions. Some people say if you have bad eyesight, just wear glasses because, you know, your eyes keep changing. Others say get LASIK. Now, Icon Eye Care will do LASIK. They will do LASIK, and they do it very inexpensively. But your eyes continue to age, and it does at some time have to be redone. And if you have normal aging of the eyes, no matter where you get LASIK, even at the great Icon Eye Care, if you get your LASIK done, you have to pick monovision, either near or far, for one eye or the other. In other words, because you have normal aging of the eye, presbyopia. So, what do? I did a clear lens replacement instead of glasses, instead of LASIK. I did LASIK once, and I hated the monovision. A clear lens replacement literally gives you new eyes. Well, not the balls, but the lenses. They're new. So all of the other problems go away. And the new lenses that Icon has, they focus. So you don't have to pick near or far, and you don't have to pick monovision. You can get brand new clear lenses and have them put in, and you have perfect eyesight forever. Your eyes won't grow old. The lenses. They won't get cataracts, and you don't ever have to do it again. IconEyeCare.com. I call it the forever eyes, the young eyes. It's a clear lens replacement. If you have cataracts, Medicare pays for these, right, if you're older. You just have to pay the upgrade in price because Medicare pays for cataract surgery. Even if you want to get regular cataract surgery and you don't want to do the upgrade to the focusable lenses, still use Icon Eye Care. In fact, if you have glaucoma, if you have any eye problems, IconEyeCare.com. I love my lenses. I have perfect eyesight. And as I said, I'm not going to pretend, there's tiny, tiny little print, and it's low light conditions. I may want to use some readers. But in essence, my eyes are better than 20/20. That's IconEyeCare.com. Let's keep going now, all right? There. Okay, so Celia, what's happening, Celia?
Oh, well, thanks for taking my call. I have a question for you regarding that duration of time for a death notice to remain in the newspaper before the death can become uncollectible.
I don't know what the specific time is, okay? We can find out from David Salisbury, but if that's important to you, and you can always call him directly too, and he'll answer minor questions like this all the time. There's a certain amount of time for unsecured debt. You put an ad in the paper, and you got to believe that someday in the future that's going to be old hat. I mean, you can hardly find newspapers, and so you got to put an ad and you got to advertise it, or better yet, what I would do if I knew there were debts, I would pay them. But David says you don't have to do that. All you have to do is publish and wait for people to respond, and then you want to know how long. Could you just ask that, Suzanne, without getting them on, and then she can listen? How long do you have to advertise debts in an estate? Is it 30 days? Is it once? Is it twice? Then when can you distribute the money? Do you wait 30 days? We'll find out. 303-713-8255. Emma, what's happening?
Hi.
What's going on, Emma?
I'm having issues with a construction company, and it's been going on for 7 weeks, and they just haven't been doing a good job, and now they're threatening to put a lien on my property because I refuse to pay for work that's not completed.
Well, I don't blame you. Let's analyze this problem. First and foremost, when did you contract them, Celia?
They first they cashed my check for the first half of the job on May 23rd, and they started work.
Why did you pay half up front?
Because they told me that I had to in order to get into their scheduling queue.
I would have told them I'm not doing business with you, but that's me. Okay, so now what's the name of this company?
Belarus Construction.
How'd you find them?
I looked them up on the Better Business Bureau, and they had an A+ rating.
Yeah, that doesn't mean anything. I'm going to tell people right now, the Better Business Bureau is a private enterprise, and they are a business, and they also have ratings. And that doesn't necessarily mean it's a good company. And oddly enough, a bad rating doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad company. And the only thing they do to predicate good and bad is the response to complaints, not even what the response is. So the Better Business Bureau is a dinosaur. That's why you have referralist.com, and you have also consumer reviews. Those are way more important than the Better Business Bureau. But now, I digress. Let's talk about this. You hired Bellaroo, and it was a contract, and you paid half down. How much did you pay?
I paid $1,440.
$1,400 or $1,000?
$100.
$1,440. Okay, next question. From May until when was the breakdown? When did you have your first problem?
Honestly, the 9th they started, and on the 11th when they said they were done, that's when my first problem was.
The 11th, when they said they were done when?
The 11th of July.
Okay, 7-11. Now, another thing, what were they contracted to do?
Build a fence.
That's it?
Yeah.
Well, okay. So they started May, June, July. I mean, this doesn't, well, kind of the end of May. June and July, okay, month and a half. So, what is wrong with the fence?
They just didn't do a good job. There were loose nails everywhere, loose boards.
What kind of fence?
Just like a 6-foot privacy fence.
Okay. So,
cedar fence.
You want to get the problems fixed before you pay the rest, right?
Correct. And they've come back and fixed some things, but they refused to fix the corner that was improperly put in the first place.
Does it all come down to that one corner?
Yeah, you know, they had a 2x4 in for a post.
How much will it cost to fix it?
I have no idea. They're telling me that they need my money now, or they're going to put a lien on my property.
So what? Who cares about liens? Yeah, people overemphasize liens. You can get rid of liens, and liens aren't that important. But unless they foreclose on a lien, and most clowns never foreclose on a lien. But Celia, when was the last time you refinanced? What's your rate?
I have never refinanced.
What's your rate? I'm just curious.
For what?
For your mortgage. I'm asking for a very good reason.
I honestly don't know. My roommate kind of takes care of all that. We share the house.
Okay, do you guys own it?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a lot of equity is what I'm getting at?
Not a whole lot. We bought it like a year and a half ago.
Okay, all right. All I'm saying is, I asked about the rate because if you want to refinance, a lien can stop that or put an obstacle up. And if you want to sell it, it could hurt just a little, not much. You can get it taken off if it's not a genuine one. The other thing, if you have a lot of equity, people, fence contractors or contractors may consider foreclosing on it, making you sell the house, getting paid, but you get to keep the rest. I'm telling you, that's the ultimate. Let's talk about liens because that's the ultimate. Selling the house, getting paid, and giving you the rest. So, forget that. No, almost no one forecloses on liens. But how much? They want $1,440, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And you want it fixed. You win.
Right.
You should have your place fixed. But you lose if you're unreasonable. I would have a contractor bid to fix it, more than one. And I would take that amount off, and I would then give them the balance saying, your deficiency will cost this much to fix. Is that it, Dan, right there? Yes. That I'm looking at? What doesn't she like about it right there?
They used a 2x4 for the post, for one of the things.
And then they put a 4x4 in, and it made the whole corner curve.
I don't know why won't they fix it? It looks like crap.
Thank you. They said they could do an easy fix, but they're not going to rebuild the whole corner, and that would be the only way for them to have it done right.
But why won't they do it right? They're supposed to be done right.
I just think that they're rude men who think that it's okay to bully people into paying for not a good job. I've had both the account manager and the owner at my house, and they've both just proceeded to yell at me in my backyard.
What are their names? What are their names?
the owner is named Ryan and the account manager is named Tom, and they're both continuing to harass me via text message and threatening my roommate and her job. And
well, you got to take a stance.
I'd give him a call.
All right, hold on and we'll call him for you. All right, hold on. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Frank Duran, the real estate man, is the best guy you can ever have if you want to sell your home. He's the best guy you can have if you want to buy a home. Now, when I say Frank Duran, I mean Frank and his teams, but he touches every single deal. He has stats to show that he can sell your home faster and for more money. He has stats to show he sells most of his own listings. He has stats to show that when you go to buy homes, you make better deals and your offers go to the top. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com.
This report is brought to you by Firestone Complete Auto Care.
There's still delays on the west side of town. Crash westbound 6th Avenue between Kipling and Sims there. They've actually got a clear highway off to the right shoulder. Just approach that with caution. Still residual backups to Wadsworth. It is starting to improve on the front end of that stretch. The rest of the drive across town is in fairly decent shape for typical delays. Northbound I-25 a bit slow coming out of the tech center between Hamden and Yale, and a bit of delay downtown on southbound I-25 from I-70 traveling down towards Spear. The weather forecast, mostly sunny today with a high near 92. Right now, partly cloudy skies in the Mile High City and 85. With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHOW.
Keep your car running newer longer. Head into Firestone Complete Auto Care to get $70 off per axle on a standard brake service. Whatever you drive, drive a Firestone. Coupon required. Restrictions and exclusions apply. Details at driveafirestone.com.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Listen to win your way there. You could score the ultimate VIP grand prize, front row ticket, a Nightingale suite at the new Park MGM, and much more. Watch the two-night event only on the CW October 7th and 8th at 8/7 Central.
Macy's presents this year's opening act. Macy's iHeartRadio Rising Star winner Heffron Drive for the hottest content and festival fashion. Don't forget to check out Macy's The Edit at Macy's.com/The Edit to find your remarkable you.
Michael Brown. Afternoons 4 to 7. The Democratic nominee for 4 of the governor is a far-left mayor with a corruption investigation. You know, sounds like the second coming of Obama and a typical Democrat. Join me Thursday at 4 for more Irreverent Talk Radio.
Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair. They have a transmission special for service. They'll drop the pan, change the filter. They'll check the hoses and belts and solenoids and everything inside and fluids, change the fluids, and make sure it's running tip-top or make minor adjustments. And then, of course, make recommendations if you have any problems. But mainly, it's to service and keep it running forever. You know, if you service transmissions, they will last for a long time. It's just $119. You know, that is an unbelievable deal. Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair on South Santa Fe, just south of Dartmouth, 303-781-9858. 303-781-9858. I know Mark and the gang, they love you. They love to show you what they do. They don't hide anything. They're straightforward. It's just I mean, it's a deal 119 you can't beat. And it's 303-781-9858. Okay, so this thing with a contractor, Deputy Dan is calling. He's running right in, I think. What do you got, Dan? Did they talk to you, man?
Left a message.
Huh? Oh, you left a message? Yeah. Okay, good. So, Emma, we're going to have to just keep working on it. And we'll mark it as a follow-up. Deputy Dan will work on it. Now, from months ago, Ken, what was this one?
Tom, you'll remember it more than me, but it was a lady who called in. The lady is his friend. She, I think, was evicted by her business partner or something in a building, and he will have more info for you.
Okay. Explain the story, the beginning of the story first, Ken. Ken?
Ken.
Oh, okay, hold on. Is he there now? Are you there now, Ken?
I think
okay,
his
I'm just
connection
gonna go to Patty. Okay, hey Patty, what's up? What's going on?
Hi, Tom.
Hey, what's going on?
I'm glad you're there. I ordered some decorated sugar cookies from an Etsy seller. I ordered them on July 1st and paid for them. It was The total was about $88.
Really? For cookies?
Yeah.
Wow.
36 decorated emoji sugar cookies.
Okay.
That I wanted sent to my daughter's work in Brooklyn, New York.
All right.
Special ed teacher.
All right.
And they were supposed to be delivered by the post office priority mail on the 20th or 21st.
All right. What's the problem?
Well, on the post office didn't deliver when they were supposed to, and I've been calling them nearly every day, being on hold for over an hour.
All right.
To talk
So
to
it's a
customer
problem with
service.
the United States Postal Service.
Well, they said the post office said they delivered the cookies yesterday at 5:30 at night to someone.
Oh, come on.
We don't know to who.
Yeah, anybody in the school could have taken them.
And when I contacted the seller to see if I could at least get the cookies reordered and I would pay to have them shipped UPS or FedEx, they basically said they have nothing to do with it.
Wait a minute. They wouldn't allow you to buy another order? They don't want to make $85?
Well, if I wanted to spend $85 again, they would.
But tell me on what planet they would be responsible if they mailed them.
Well,
I mean, Patty, I don't know. Patty, I'm not saying they're not, but what were the arrangements? If you mail something and somebody steals it, how can the Etsy person be responsible for that?
Well, I guess they can't, but shouldn't they have signature required?
Did you ask that?
Else?
Did you? You know what? It would stand to reason. Did they know it was going to a school?
Yes, they knew it was going to a school. I've never done this before, so I didn't know to ask, please have a signature confirmation.
I mean, well, Patty, listen, it's a little unfair. Etsy people are not sophisticated. It's unfair to lay it on them. You asked them to mail it, and they mailed it. And I have a problem with the Postal Service, and I have a problem with the dishonest person at the school who took them. I mean, you could clearly see, right, Patty, your daughter's name on there?
Yes.
That sucks. I mean, think about that. Somebody takes cookies with your daughter's name on it, and did the U.S. Postal Service say where they left it? It's obviously inside the school.
They left it with, quote, unquote, an individual.
Where? In the office or in the class?
Nobody knows. An individual. Maybe it was somebody walking down the street.
I doubt that.
They just said that it was left with an individual.
But was the school closed?
There are still a few people there that time of day, but it didn't say what individual or anything, just an individual.
This sucks, but man, Patty, it's impossible to fight. I mean, the people mailed it, the mail delivery system, but they're not going to do anything. Were they insured?
For $50.
Well, hold on. No, wait.
Okay.
Can you get your $50?
Well, I don't know how to go about doing that either.
We should at least look into that. I mean, $50 is $50.
Yeah.
Your daughter educates special ed kids, and come on, man, somebody stole from her. I would like to know more about who got it at the school. I wouldn't even mind asking the school. I mean, they have to know who was there last night between the hours of such and such and such and such. We should be able to call that school and say, come on, you people are bigger than this. At least help us track it down. They might be sitting somewhere in there, Patty.
Well, for all I know...
Who did you talk to at the school?
I didn't talk to anybody at the school, but I talked to my daughter.
All right. What I would do if I were you, Patty, and we can help, but I would like you to do it first. Usually we don't get involved until someone at least does this. I would call the office. And don't be accusatory. I would just say, look, this is truly unfortunate. I mailed cookies, and they said they were delivered last night. At this time, who was at the school, and where would they have gone? They probably go to the front desk. They're not going to walk around the school. And if they went to the front desk, who would have been there? And is it possible these cookies are sitting somewhere there behind the counter or under a desk? Just do that first. let's just do that first for us, and then we'll take it one step at a time. This sucks. Ken? Ken? Man, this is really... Ken, I think you need to get... I don't think I can hear you, man.
Hello, can you hear me?
Now I can, yes. What's happening?
Hi, Tom. How's it going? So I love your show.
I'm doing good, man. What's going on?
Well, I have a problem. One of my friends, and you spoke to her a couple weeks ago. You interviewed her. Her name is Jax. And she owns a building. It's a commercial building in Denver, okay?
Uh-huh.
So you spoke to her a couple weeks ago, and well, I think one of her other friends called and might have let you know about what was going on. But
in a nutshell, can you explain what she called about?
Yeah, she called about the building that she owned, the commercial building at 5045 West First Avenue, that she owned and purchased and owns 90% of, was basically taken over by her business partner. And
the partner only has a 10%?
That's correct.
Okay.
The partner only has 10%. So she owns 90% of the building.
How was the building, quote, taken over?
The building was taken over because
Not because, how? How did they do it? Did they kick her out? Did they file paperwork?
They called the police, and they said that she was mentally unstable.
Okay, and then had her thrown out. What is the building? What does taking over mean? Are they collecting rent? Are they living in it? Do they have a business? What does the building constitute?
The business itself, Miss Welsh, and her name is Christina Welsh. She owns a company called Jovial Concepts, which is a non-profit. It's a co-op.
Oh, is it where people go in and sell their items?
Correct. Most of it is organic vegetables.
Okay, and
so Miss Welsh kicked my friend Jax out of the building, called the cops, and she got a restraining order, so Jax can't have any contact with her. And Jax is just trying to sell the building, Tom.
Okay, so hold on.
That's
Jax,
our end goal here is for her to sell the building.
Right. Does Jax have a restraining order?
Jax has a restraining order on herself from Miss Welsh.
Right. So Jax can't go to that address.
Correct. But she tried to send her. She hired and again, I guess that's what I'm trying to find here is what our next move should be. She hired a commercial real estate agent to sell the building.
Right.
When the commercial real estate agent went to the building, Miss Welsh told her that they're going to call the cops on her, and the real estate agent, of course, left and didn't do anything because she was so.
Listen.
I guess
does Christine Welch own 10%?
Christine Welch owns 10% of the building.
Now, is this in an LLC that they own 90-10, or is it spelled out that way on the title?
LLC?
Huh?
It's a 501(c) is what I'm being told.
Okay, that doesn't mean anything. That means that's the tax form. It's a nonprofit. It's a charity. But what I need to know is ownership is under what entity? What entity owns the building?
Gen-T, right?
Listen, what I can't do is the relay thing. Can't do the relay, Ken.
I hear.
I can probably help. If she has a legal entity, that legal entity can sell the building, and the one with the biggest percentage usually prevails unless there's an operating agreement to the contrary. So Ken, instead of doing the relay thing, you sound like you can, she might be scattered and upset. I'm going to tell you what we need to do, okay? We need to know the form of ownership. Is it
the form of ownership being
just like, is it a corporation that owns it? Is it an LLC that owns it? Is it a partnership that owns it? Is it an individual who owns it? Who owns the property? Who is the title, the property, the deed? Okay? Who owns it? Now, let's just say it's ABC LLC. An ABC LLC is a not-for-profit, is a 501(c), okay? Let's just say that. Now, that ABC LLC has owners. According to you, a 90% owner and a 10% owner. If that's the fact, If that is the way it is, I'm only saying if that's the way it is, there's an entity and your friend Jax owns 90%, then you go to the operating agreement. And the operating agreement will have in it a dissolution of assets or dissolution of partnership or entity. And then you have to follow the operating agreement. And no matter what this other woman does, she can't stop it unless it's within her rights in the operating agreement. So there are steps you need to take. I don't have enough information to give to our attorneys to help you. We'd be happy to help you. We just need to know the form of ownership.
I got you. Now she has an attorney, Tom?
Well, then why isn't the attorney telling her all of this?
Well, I don't know that.
Well, Ken, listen. Ken, is it a real estate attorney? Because if it's not, she's in the wrong place.
It is.
Okay. Then really the attorney...
His name is Jerry Tucker. I'm not sure if you heard of him before.
No, I haven't.
But I would love to get him on the phone. Do you have a minute?
Is he around?
He is. I have his number.
Well, that doesn't mean anything. I'm going to put you on hold. Tom. I'm going to put you on hold. And if Mr. Tucker, or if it's Jerry with an I, Ms. Tucker can talk to us, fine. Okay? Greg works for the United States Postal Service and has a comment on that delivery. Is that what it is? Greg, go ahead.
Hey, this lady with these cookies, what she paid for through the company or while the company shipped it was called delivery confirmation. On our scanners, we scan it in as delivered, and it tells us where, and also put in where you deliver it to, either the front door, the mailbox, or inside a business. But there's no signature required on packages like that unless they specifically ask for it.
No. What we're wondering, Greg, would they know who they left it with?
No.
Okay.
Unless she went to the post office and asked to speak with the carrier.
Right.
They could probably look up and see who delivered it that day.
Right.
But there's a chance that was split out to another carrier. Who knows where it was split out to or who had it.
Yeah.
And she said it was supposed to be guaranteed by 2 o'clock. Well, we don't guarantee.
Yeah,
already passed
that part I just didn't care about. What I cared about was just plain politeness and human kindness. Just saying, yeah, well, I went to the front desk, and then the people at the front desk figuring out who was there last night, and just doing some kindness. The woman, paid $80 for some cookies for her daughter. For goodness sakes, I don't mind getting involved as soon as she does her homework. 303-713-8255. Fix it 24/7. Get an expert to your home for $39. It's that easy. No matter what it takes, they will find the problem, whether plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, or drains. When they find the problem, they'll present you with a full written assessment. If you want to get the work done, fine. If not, fine. Of course, you'll never get it done faster, better, or cheaper, or better value than these people at that time, so you ought to let them do it. And then you don't pay the $39. They credit $77. But the most you'll pay is $39 if you don't want to have it done. If there's a problem nagging you and you want to have it found, don't worry about hours of labor. It's just $39. 720-526-3939. 720-526-3939. FixMyHome.com.
This is Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW.
For Belleru. Oh, they're on Team Dave Logan.
They are? Yeah. Well, let's make sure we make hay tomorrow. Okay, mark this, please.
There it is right there. Look at their webpage.
Well, that doesn't mean.
All I'm saying is
we got to verify with team, because people can say they're with us too.
How do we? Should I call them up or?
And more trouble for Wells Fargo. The bank has fired or suspended more than a dozen employees in its investment bank division and is investigating dozens of others on alleged violations of the company's expense policy regarding after-hours meals. This according to the Wall Street Journal. At issue is whether Wells Fargo staffers, ranging from analysts to managing directors in New York, San Francisco, and Charlotte, North Carolina, doctored receipts on dinners that they charged to the bank. With the Fox Business Report, I'm Bribarsky.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. But not with ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology actively invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So, while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you, the needle in the haystack.
Try ZipRecruiter now for free by going to ZipRecruiter.com/hire. That's ZipRecruiter.com/hire. This report is brought to you by Firestone Complete Auto Care.
A few slow spots in the Highway Drive and a crash being cleared on the west side of town. Westbound 6th Avenue between Kipling and Sims. That crash has been cleared off to the right shoulder and off highway on the frontage road, too. No lanes are blocked on the Highway Drive, and traffic flow quickly getting back up to speed along that stretch. A couple of slow spots. Northbound I-25 slow coming out of the Tech Center, mainly heavy between Hamden and Yale at this time. Downtown southbound slow from I-70 traveling down towards Colfax. Westbound I-70 slow in the elevated portion, nothing out of the ordinary. The weather forecast mostly sunny, a high of 92. Right now partly cloudy and 85. With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHOW.
Keep your car running newer longer. Head into Firestone Complete Auto Care to get $70 off per axle on a standard brake service. Whatever you drive, drive a Firestone. Coupon required. Restrictions and exclusions apply. Details at driveafirestone.com.
630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station.
Hi. House Modern will make you go wow. House Modern for kitchens, baths, and closets. They will
Make you go wow. I'm Troubleshooter Tom Martino. We have some interesting calls yet to go, and I'm going to get to all of you. If you go to Santa Fe, Louisiana, look for the warehouse, House Modern. It's a beautiful showroom. They do turnkey kitchens, remodeling of kitchens, baths, and closets from the ground up. Well, from the floors up. I'm talking about even the subfloors if you need it. The flooring, the cabinets, the kickboards, the countertops, the sinks, the light fixtures, the ceiling, all of the appliances. And truly, it's not your fix and flipper. Let me just tell you that right off the bat. If you don't love your home, then don't do it. Now, I'm not saying they're expensive. I'm just saying it's a beautiful, beautiful deal. House Modern. H-A-U-S-S for the German background for meticulous design and engineering. HouseModern.com, H-A-U-S-S, HouseModern.com. Now, on the referral list, you can just search House Regular, House Modern, regular spelling. Here's their number, 720-325-5040. 720-325-5040. They will truly make you go, wow. I mean, you can't even help it. You got to check them out. Hey, Kay, so we got another comment on that cookie delivery. And John has a comment on that. Go ahead, John.
Tom.
Good, man. What's happening?
Real simple solution for this thing. Every school, except possibly a private school, is going to have, at minimum, security cameras at the front door and the front desk area.
Yeah, but will they bother will they bother looking at it and helping her out?
Squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Yeah, we're going to help her if she can't get through. But that's a good idea too, though. You know what, John? You're right.
That way they'll know exactly what time it was delivered,
right,
and who received them.
You're right. And you know what? I just can't believe if somebody would eat somebody's cookies. But you know what? There's an age-old problem at workplaces, people eating other people's lunches. God, I can't even fathom that. Can you imagine looking in the refrigerator? You know, you see a little brown paper bag and Mary's written on there. You open it up, you take her chicken parmesan or her steamed broccoli. I mean, come on. Can you really? I mean, people do it. Have you ever had your lunch eaten?
I've had things eaten, not my whole lunch, but yeah.
But you can. Stuff, yep. But isn't that terrible? Yeah. Or drinks. Suzanne, do they have that problem here? We have our own little fridge downstairs, so it doesn't happen in our own little suite of offices. But I wonder if Brutus, does iHeart have that problem in that refrigerator over there? I wonder. No. I don't know.
I don't think they do, Tom.
Well,
my kids eat my food that I tell them to stay away
from. I'd love to hear. You know what? It's too late now. I'd love to hear stolen lunch stories, especially if the a-hole was caught red-handed. Roy, what's happening?
Yes. I'd like to talk about Adams County and the way they, I don't know what's going on. You can't get any action out of them.
Action for what? What are we talking about?
For anything like
Okay.
Zoning. This area that I live in is zoned single-family housing.
Okay, and what's the problem?
The problem is people are renting here, and not only houses, but they're bringing in campers to live in. They're bringing in trailers to live in. You call the county and tell them about it. They say, well, we've got a system we go through. And
okay, so hold on. What predicated this call? Something just, the straw that broke the camel's back. What was it?
Well, there's a lot of things. One, this same group of people a while back played their music so loud that I couldn't hear my TV in my own home, and I live over 500 feet away. When I called the county, as they came out, they did not come to me. They headed towards my place, and they seen two kids out in the street, and the two kids told these people that I was trying to harm them. So they came over and interrogated me, causing me a heart attack.
All right.
I ended up in
now, wait. You're not talking about a real heart attack.
I'm talking a real heart attack.
What? When was this?
This was about 2 months ago.
Are you kidding me?
No. It gets worse, Tom. It gets worse.
Well, calm down. I don't want you to have one with me right now. So
oh, no. I've already went in and had that taken care of.
Tell me about it.
But
go ahead.
What happens is that you call Adams County Sheriff's Department. They come through here. Half the time they got the windows up on the car, so how could they hear the music? When you do call them, it takes them over an hour to get here. I sit down and ask them, is there somebody I can work with at Adams County?
What do you want exactly? Roy,
I would
hold
like
on.
a community officer that you can get in touch with.
Okay, but hold on. Remember I said the other day, I don't know if you listen every day, but here's the deal. I said you got to put a handle on something. You got to put a handle on it so people know what you want. What exactly right now do you want? Don't just say a community officer to work with and to interface and blah, blah. What is the problem right now? What do you want?
The area that I live in is going in the toilet.
That's not something I can put a handle on it. You got to give me something right now. Is there one particular unit that shouldn't be there?
Oh, there's a lot of units that...
See, that's what I mean, Roy. You don't have a hand. Roy, I'm not kidding you. I'm not trying to give you a hard time. I am saying that you absolutely, positively are not communicating. You can't just throw your hands up and say the entire area is going to pot or whatever. You've got to give us specifics to work with. If there is a unit there, then do one at a time, and then you get a committee together if there's more than 3 after they attack those. Then they know there really was a problem. Then you can say, much like the one I told you, or much like this one, you can't just blanket it. You can't. You won't be listened to, Roy, even if you are correct. Do you understand that? I want to ask you, do you honest to God understand what I'm saying? Because it will help you. Please take the biggest offender, something that is egregious, and what you do is you present it in a very handleable way, if that's a word. In other words, look at this. It's clearly against zoning. This needs to be dealt with, period. Done. They don't look at you like, oh my God, this guy's complaining again. We got 5 places. We got this. We got that. They don't know how to handle people like that, and they don't get listened to. But if you said that if there is an egregious problem and you help them bring it to light, and if they can handle it, then the next one you say, do you remember that I gave you? That one? Well, now there is another one. There's this one, and here is the problem. Once you get more than 3 or 3 of them, then you can say, isn't it about time we address the issue since you've had 3 of these? What do you say we get some kind of a citizens committee or something and then start taking action? Again, I can't help you with the arms thrown up in the air saying our whole area is going down the tubes. 303-713-TALK. I have plenty of time to take calls. I don't know if you agree with me, but whenever we have problems here, I try to focus. And then I try to get something people can deal with. If you present government or business or anyone with something that they feel is undefinable or insurmountable, they avoid it. You see, if Roy thought, oh, he'll jump on the bandwagon, I'll tell him how bad it is, it's just the opposite effect. Mike, what's going on? Mike?
Mike?
Yeah, that's right. What's happening?
I want to compliment you on that. person that called about the deceased person they were still getting
yes,
requests?
Yes.
Because I would never have thought that somebody could be using their information to get credit. So anyway,
okay.
I
Thank you.
I thought that was very insightful.
Thank you.
I'm buying a piece of property. I've got a buy-sell signed on it in Estes Park, and it's a complicated property. I've never seen a description of the property, the legal description.
Yes.
That reads like a novel.
Wow.
It's anyway. They gave me the title company sent me preliminary title paperwork, and this has got to happen by September 12th.
Yes.
The closing, and I'm just concerned that is the title policy going to cover anything that comes up with that?
This is a good question. I promise you, I'll address this fully. Hold on one sec. We'll come right back to you. I will address this fully for you, okay? And Richard, just very quickly, Richard Centeno Schultz, was there a quick question?
I called them because I've got some knee arthritis. I asked if they were accepting Medicare, and they said, no, we don't. So I'm wondering if you can talk to them and see if they could possibly
it's not that. It's not them. It's Medicare doesn't pay for it. They would accept anything that pays for it, but Medicare doesn't pay for it. They don't have a choice in the matter. It's considered experimental, so they just don't have a choice. I mean, I don't know if you can make payment arrangements or whatever, but it's not them. It's not whether they decide to take Medicare. Medicare won't pay for it ever.
This report is brought to you by Firestone Complete Auto Care.
Stolen accident free.
Sounds like a little on the fence thing. I'm going to see about getting them on tomorrow, but they also did a fence for Bonnie Shields, which is too bad. And just call up Bonnie Shields and see what they think of it and stuff. So
that fence?
No. This fence
what
here.
What fucking difference would it make if they did
all
another
I'm
fence?
saying is that they're not just a fly-by-night.
Okay, but this fence looks like shit.
And so he also said they replaced boards. Now I'm going to send him the pictures to see if these are some of the boards that they replaced and stuff, because they've been out there a couple times.
So he sounds legit, Chief.
Sounds legit.
Okay, good. That's why you gotta put sometimes use.
I think that where you get the second side of every story is the best thing, because
Firestone Complete Auto Care to get $70 off.
There is.
Standard brake service. Whenever you drive a Firestone.
Like this building.
Restrictions.
I want to know about that.
Details at driveafirestone.com.
How do you steal a whole building? It's a big brick building too.
Are you one of them? Are you worried about that?
I bet you it's worth a million.
You should be concentrating on textbooks and teachers. Maybe you got a letter from the IRS, or you're being audited. Kind of brings back memories of being called into the principal's office. You should be concentrating on your kids. Don't split your focus. I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino, recommending Larson Tax Relief, the only licensed team of experts on my referral list at referralist.com. Ron and Jack Larson.
You gotta change that spot because they're not the only ones.
You and the IRS, they'll negotiate the best possible settlements. So instead of going to the principal for a paddling, let Larson Tax Relief act as guidance counselors. They will make sure you get terms that work for you. Call 844-LARSON-TAX. Get your kids to school and focus on them. Let Larson Tax Relief deal with the principal, or you know what I mean, the state or IRS. Call 844-LARSON-TAX. That's 844-LARSON-TAX.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Listen to Win Your Way There, and you could score the ultimate VIP grand prize, front row ticket, a Nightingale suite at the new Park MGM, and much more. Watch the two-night event only on the CW October 7th and 8th at 8, 7 Central.
Stephen McCain funeral, they're making it more out there than they are for the president almost. Yeah. When I mean, it looks like it's almost like it was like when Reagan died.
Geraldo Rivera was reporting on Fox News when my son saw the screen and said, hey, he was in Sharknado. Well, I said, I better talk to him then. Geraldo Rivera joins me Friday morning at 7:05 here on 630 K-How.
Ooh, Geraldo.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Okay, let's talk about the legal description. Boy, is Mike not there? Mike wanted an explanation. He's not even there. Suzanne, what happened to Mike?
I don't know, Tom.
Well, okay. Sorry, Mike. I mean, see, who's on line one? Is that Mike? Did he get disconnected? He said, I have a very complicated legal description. He says, what can I do? Can I get title insurance? What does it cover? I was going to ask, what do you mean? What is your concern?
He's on line one now.
Okay. In other words, here's what I need to know, and then I'll help. So, Roy, what is your concern when you say what will it cover? When you look at that, all legal descriptions are a bit complicated. So what is it that you're afraid of? And then let's address that plus more.
Well, the seller, the realtor for the seller, says they paid $8,000 to get all this stuff straightened out before they put the property on the market.
What are you talking about? What stuff straightened out? That's what I mean.
The easements, the description, the title company sent me all this stuff. They've got a document signed by President Ulysses Grant.
Right.
In the paperwork.
What are you concerned about?
Well, if it's not correct, is that, I mean,
okay.
is it obvious that the title...
Here's what they do. Here's what they do. The title description is self-explanatory, along with anything recorded against the property. Here is what title companies insure. They insure their search of the property. Now listen carefully to what I just said. They insure their search of the property. So, if an issue comes up and somebody makes a claim for a loss, or they say, you know, it's not what I thought, they go into the title work and say, here it is right here. It was written. And then the owner, the seller, the buyer has no action against you because they already signed off on the title description. They can't say, well, I didn't understand that. They already signed off on it. Now, if they...
I'm the buyer, though.
Okay, you're the buyer. And if you buy it and it's in the title, you're accepting it. In the legal description and title. If it's not in there and the title company missed it, some guy comes forward and says, I have this mining right, or I have this claim on the corner of your property to put a statue, or, you know, whatever. And it's in the title, and it was recorded, but they did not note it, then they cover it. If it's unrecorded, they do not cover it. However, if it's unrecorded, conversely, the guy doesn't have a claim. I mean, he just has a claim which might be a nuisance, but title won't help you with it. Title is only saying, we've checked out this property, Mike. Here is the property description. And here are all of the liens. Here are all of the easements. Here are all of the claims on the property. If we missed something that was recorded, we'll cover it.
Okay. Well,
that's it.
I just thought, should I have an attorney look at this?
Yes, of course. Of course.
Protect me?
I always have. Listen, a real estate broker in the state of Colorado can act as an attorney for the limited practice of transactions. So a really good real estate broker will be able to decipher a good one. But you can never get hurt hiring an attorney. But in the regulations, a real estate broker has a limited practice of law.
Oh, okay, good.
So listen, man, you have to just make sure you can live with that title. And if you don't understand it, well, it could come back to haunt you, because that's the part not insured. Whatever they noted in there is not insured.
Okay, I got it.
So I'll bet you a lot of people don't even know. They don't know what title insurance is. Right. You're paying somebody. What you're saying to somebody is, please check out my property and make sure I can use it and that there's no claims that will interfere with me. They don't even go that far. They just say, okay, we'll search your property. Here it is. You're the one that has to decide if there's a problem with it. But they will ensure that they correctly searched it. That's it. 303-713-TALK. John, what's happening with you, John?
Hey, Tom.
Hi.
Love the show.
Hey, thank you.
Hey, I have a lot of credit card debt, and
Yes.
I had to default on my credit cards, basically all of them, about 2 years ago.
How much do they all amount to?
Oh, geez, about 40 to 50,000.
Okay, so what's your question?
Well, I just got served with a lawsuit
From one of them?
days ago.
From one of them?
One of them, yeah.
Yeah,
One.
that'll happen, and then they're going to look to garnish your wages.
Yeah.
Did you think you could just stop payment?
What's that?
Did you think you could just stop payment with no consequences?
No, I didn't. But,
okay.
I had actually talked to Mike Wink the other week about some of my other debt, and I called some of the companies up and did some settlements with them.
Yes. Oh,
and got,
cool.
Some pretty good deals. I was very surprised.
That is very cool that you're talking Wink, right? Wink and Wink.
Yep.
Good.
Yep.
But see if he can settle this one.
Well, this is a lower amount, and I already talked to him about this one. It's a smaller amount.
How much?
And, 6,000.
Do you have enough to pay it?
No, I don't. Not right now. But I could try and make a settlement with them or something. But in 3 weeks, they want to see me in court.
Well, yeah.
I guess have an answer to their lawsuit.
So here's what you do. You either answer that lawsuit, what is the answer really? I mean, they don't care if you're having trouble paying, but you still answer just to be legal, and then you go to court. And when you go to court, you are going to be ordered to pay. I mean, unless there's something weird, you're going to get paid. And then you're going to get, you're going to get ordered to pay. And then a judgment will be transferred into a garnishment, and so on and so forth. What you might want to do is see if Mike Wink can negotiate a settlement there. If not, then you may want to file a bankruptcy. I don't know what else to tell you. If you can't pay it and you can't afford a garnishment, you may have to consider a bankruptcy. So that's it. I mean, there is no real secret. Charlie, quickly, what were you going to say?
Well, Tom, you just made a comment that real estate brokers in Colorado are limited attorneys or practice law in a limited way.
It's very limited to the transaction. They can give you legal advice.
That's not true. They can be scriveners on the real estate documents that are approved by the Colorado Real Estate.
I think the actual says limited practice of law, but I can look it up and get back to you, Charlie, okay? I mean, I'm not saying they're attorneys. Trust me, I'm not saying they're attorneys. There are certain issues that come up legally that they can consult you about regarding that. And you're right, they can also act as scriveners, but I'm telling you that it goes a little further. Do you know what I love about Art of Granite?
Oh, Charlie can come back on if he wants. We ran out of time.
Can you search that when you get a chance there? Limited practice of law. I
search what? I'm sorry.
Limited practice of law for real estate people. I remember the actual. I think it was that actual word, limited practice of law.
So choose Shell V-Power Nitro Plus, engineered with triple action protection against gun corrosion and air for optimal engine performance. And now through September 2nd.